Tiger football on KCOY is brought to you in part by Republic Valley Irrigation, Subway of Clay Center, Briggs Auto Lane in Manhattan, Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack, Central Valley Ag, Citizens National Bank of Clay Center, Greenleaf, Belleville, and Concordia, Twin Valley, Bruna Implement, Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, and Oldie Seed Farms.
Farmway Co-op challenges you, the community, to participate in a food pantry drive for your local food pantry. Donate a non-perishable item to any Farmway Co-op location during the month of October, and they'll donate to those in need. Join the Farmway employees, producers, and other community members in making the co-op connection this October by donating food pantry items to any Farmway Co-op location that helps your community. Visit farmwaycoop.com or call 785-738-2241 to learn more.
Single-ply Duralast commercial roofing system is ideal for any flat or low-sloped application. It's extremely durable and easily installed by Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. Duralast roofing is watertight, highly reflective, resistant to chemicals, fire, and high winds, and virtually maintenance-free. It's the perfect roofing choice for offsetting utility bills for your business. From metal roofing to flat roofs, Geisler Roofing offers high-grade products at competitive prices, serving North Central Kansas for over 30 years.
Welcome to a Friday night as we bring you pregame and a look back at the week that was in sports. We'll be looking at the matchups in high school football here in just a little bit as well on a Football Friday. Let's get to the action. A lot from yesterday to look at. Let's start with your co-champions in the North Central Kansas League. The Clay Center Lady Tigers winning last night, sweeping 2 from Concordia. They were led up at the net by Macy Diekman's 18 kills. Mac Edmondson had 13. Courtney Hamill with 10. Coach Robert Moran said really consistent effort last night. They served the ball extremely well. They had 6 aces from Megan Blake in last night's action. Macy Franson had 3 aces along with 42 sets, and they swept those in straight sets. So some pretty impressive stuff for the Lady Tigers. Lauren Williams had 15 digs to go along with the other action from the evening. The Lady Tigers with the sweep, and with Wamego and Abilene splitting, they are co-NCKL champs. They have one more home match. It'll be senior recognition night coming up Tuesday. They'll have 3 teams, including Clay Center, at home for those matches on Tuesday evening, senior night, and then it's on to sub-state play. The number 1 ranked 4A Division II Lady Tigers winning last night over Concordia in straight sets. Speaking of volleyball, let's look ahead to the weekend. The Twin Valley League tournament is like a state championship. They have state-ranked teams up and down the board, and they'll get started tomorrow morning, and that'll be taking place in Randolph, the Rams hosting. So in Pool A, Centralia has a bye, then Clifton Clyde Frankfort will square off. Lynn and Blue Valley, Wetmore faces Valley Heights. That's in the opposite pool of those two pool teams. And then Pool C features Axtell with a bye, and then Onega and Troy will square off. And the other pool is Pool B, Washington County a bye. Donovan West and Hanover will match up. And again, you have Lynn, Valley Heights, Centralia, Washington County, Axtell have all been state-ranked this year. That will be a tremendous Saturday of volleyball and a TVL tomorrow at Blue Valley High School. Well, there were several cross-country meets taking place yesterday. Coach Tyler Nelson getting us a look at what the Clay Center Tigers and Lady Tigers did in their NCKL championship that was held in Chapman. The Wamego Red Raiders would win both the boys and girls varsity team titles, but right behind them, Clay Center. The Lady Tigers with 33 team points, Wamego 25. So Clay Center second, then Concordia Abilene. Wamego won the boys championship with 31 team points. Clay Center right behind with 43. Then it was Abilene, Marysville, Chapman, Concordia. Individually, the Lady Tigers, Andrea Chestnut brings home a second-place silver, the top finisher for the Lady Tigers, 16:40 her time. Haley Peterson, Savannah Kipfer, Audrey Desrosiers all in the top 10. Mallory Owen, 15th. Mariah Larson and Anna Hughes, 23rd and 26th. On the boys' side, top 10s for Caleb Siebold, who took 3rd, then 7th and 8th for Caleb Rookstuhl and Eric Fitzenmeyer. Top 15 for Thomas Rickley and Tanner Fox, 11th and 14th. And then Dylan Fowles, 16th. Josh Kelly, 28th for the Tiger varsity. That, again, taking place yesterday at Chapman. Well, it's on to the state championships now for high school tennis. They got underway earlier today. The Clay Center Lady Tigers, Hannah Callan qualifying. The junior would go in as a number 3 seed out of the regional last week. She is 21-8 on the season. Also at the 4A state championships is Brittany Dewar and Jesse Hyman, Chapman Irish. They're a 4 seed, 30-3 in doubles. And Katie Fink and Brianna Loy are a 6 seed. They're 26-8. Also, Wamego sends Ashlyn Helis and Ashley Fiola. They are 6 seed going in. And in 3-2-1A, Marysville qualifying several again. They've been state ranked through the year. Rachel Fries for the Bulldogs is a number 2 seed. Megan Hill is a number 6 seed. Those are both singles competition. And then in doubles, you have Lauren Hawkinson and Madison Nyberding. They were number 1 at regional, so a 1 seed. And then Casey Korst and Maddie Ellenbecker for Marysville, a 4 seed coming in. That's the state championships in tennis. They'll continue through tomorrow. And state championship golf is here Monday. They tee it up. And for the 4A, which will be at Dubs Dread in Kansas City, it is the Clay Center Lady Tigers who have qualified their team, taking 3rd at regionals in Heston. They'll send out on the course Allie Wright, who took a 4th place at regionals. She is going to tee off number 1 at 9:50. Before her at 9:10 off that same number 1 tee box will be Erica Alquist. She had an 8th place medal at regionals. Then you see at 9:10 as well on the number 10 box is Kirsten Diekman. You have also at 9:30 Rachel Williams, Rebecca Johnson at 9:40, and Andy Anderson at 10 o'clock. They all tee off number 10. That is coming up on Monday morning. And then Janae Champion of Concordia also qualifying from the KCOY community to compete at the state golf meet on Monday. Next week, a week from tomorrow, sub-state volleyball and regional cross-country will arrive as well. This season rolling right along. Speaking of rolling along, when we come back, we'll look at your Football Friday matchups as we continue.
I have bad news. Jake from State Farm does not work in our Clay Center office, and we don't always wear khakis. Good news is State Farm now offers great home and auto loan rates in addition to the auto, home, life, and health insurance that we're known for. Call Dave Borgerding, your State Farm agent, to schedule an insurance and financial review. Now here's
Scoutin'
from the Lincoln School to sing the jingle.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Football Friday, and let's talk football. Your matchups across the KCOY community for this evening. Let's start in 8-man football. The Wakefield Bombers right now sit at 5-1 on the season, and in their district, they take on Clifton Clyde, who is 1-2 in district play. The Bombers are 3-1 in districts. Remember, though, Hanover has already got the win over the Bombers, and Osborne sitting out there at 4-0 in district play right now. Lakeside Downs and Lincoln, the other teams in that district, along with Rock Hills. Wakefield will host the Clifton Clyde Eagles in a district matchup. The Eagles 1-5 overall. The Bombers are 5-1 going into that matchup this evening. Last week, for the Clifton Clyde Eagles, it was a loss to Osborne. As we just mentioned, state-ranked Bulldogs winning 50-0. Wakefield won 46-0 in a district game over Lakeside. Frankfort heads to Lynn tonight as well. The Frankfort Wildcats 2-4, while the Lynn Bulldogs sit at 4-2 on the season. Last week, it would be Frankfort falling to Pike Valley 40-14, while Lynn shut out the Blue Valley Rams in a 48-0 ball game. Lynn right now at 2-0, along with Axtell and Pike Valley in that district. District 1, Frankfort is 0-2. Blue Valley and Southern Cloud, the other two teams in that district, they're both looking for their first win, and something will give tonight because they match up against each other. The Rams go on the road to face the Warriors. Axtell, we just mentioned, they're at Pike Valley. The Eagles 4-2 overall, more importantly, 2-0 in district play. Pike Valley 2-4. Hanover, number 1 ranked in the state, undefeated. They take on Lakeside this evening. Then we jump up to 2A, where Valley Heights 2-4 is at Wabaunsee. The Mustangs come in on the ball game at 2-4. The Wabaunsee Chargers are 0-6 on the season. Now, Valley Heights is 1-1 in district play, so some opportunities still lie there for the Mustangs. Then we go to 3A, Washington County. You got to remember, The Tigers are 3A in football this year, and they take on Riley County. Interesting area matchup that doesn't happen a lot. The district that Washington County and Riley County are in, this is a first district game. Tigers 4-2, Falcons 3-3. The other game tonight in that district will be Minneapolis and Marysville. The Bulldogs winless on the season at 0-6. Minneapolis 4-2 on the year. Also, Centralia had their first loss of the year last week. They are 5-1. They'll take on a 5-1 Nemaha Central team tonight. So another big matchup for the Panthers in their 3A district game. And Centralia right now, the first district matchup they have, Nemaha Central, they're the top two squads, both at 5-1. St. Mary's and Rock Creek, the other two teams that'll play tonight in that district. Let's move over to 4A now. The Concordia Panthers are 4-2 on the season. They'll open up district play on the road at Colby. And before we take a look at the other district game, which will be coming up on KCOY, let's move over to the Abilene district. You talk about wicked, brutal. This is it for the Abilene Cowboys. They are playing in 4A Division I, and they are undefeated 6-0. They have undefeated Hayes. They have 5-1 Buhler, and tonight they take on 4-2 McPherson. So Buhler and Hayes will match up. Buhler, the defending champions. Hayes at undefeated. McPherson 4-2, and always playing up at in their level. And then Abilene opens up with them tonight. That is a big-time district to play in. Wamego knows all about that. Last year they were undefeated going to district and didn't make it to the playoffs. Tonight they take on the Chapman Irish. Wamego comes in at 5-1, while the Chapman Irish are 3-3 in their matchup tonight. So the Irish dangerous, but Wamego had a big win against Concordia last week, and now sit at 5-1 on the season and looking to battle their way into the playoffs. Abilene had already grabbed the NCKL crown with their win last week over the Tigers. So great stuff on tap for tonight. It is the first week for many. As we mentioned, some of the teams have played a few district games, especially 8-man level. But for most of the 11-man teams, this is the opening of the second season, as we love to call it. It is a new opportunity for everyone to take the field and try to extend their year. Enjoy your football Friday. We'll have pregame as we'll look ahead to the Clay Center Tiger matchup headed on the road to Goodland. That's on the way next.
Football season is the favorite time of year for the guys at B&D Sandblasting and Painting. They specialize in sandblasting stock trailers, hay trailers, and semi-grain trailers. They can make your old trailer look like new and maintain its function and value with their high-quality primer and paint. B&D are also experts at installing seamless guttering on your home or business. When their work is done, you can bet they'll be at the football game supporting the Tigers. Give B&D Sandblasting and Painting a call at 632-0696.
Postseason football opens up for the Clay Center Tigers as they travel out west to face the Goodland Cowboys. District play is here. Pregame is being brought to you tonight by State Farm Insurance, Clay Center, Dave Bogerting Agent, Clay County National Bank, and B&D Sandblasting. Stay with us. Your district football pregame continues. Coach Todd Rice will join us next on Tiger Pregame.
Many life lessons can be learned when you participate in sports, like the value of perseverance, hard work, and teamwork. The whole team here at Clay County National Bank is proud to support the student athletes of our community, and we applaud them as they grow in skill, strength, and character. When you push yourself toward excellence in the classroom, on the field or court, or in your business, you develop skill and self-confidence, and these attributes will serve you well now and in the future. Best wishes for success, Tigers, from Clay County National Bank, member FDIC.
Back on Tiger Pregame, joined now by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Todd Rice. The road trip into district play begins this week, but I want to take a trip back, Coach, to Friday night at home against the Abilene Cowboys. For the second straight week, I know you and I talked a little bit before coming on the air. For the second straight week, you guys took on a state caliber team and really dug in and gave them probably more than they wanted, leading by one at halftime. Your guys have got to have a sense of that they can go out any Friday night and play with just about anybody now.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think we've continually really made some jumps and some improvements as the season's gone. We got a lot of young guys out there, and we're trying to, keep guys in the best situation for each one of them. And, I think we've done some good things. We just got to get more consistent and put it together in all aspects. But it's kind of been different areas that have really jumped up for us and really done well at times.
Well, and when you bring that up, automatically you think to last week and 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the first half, and they lit the Tigers' Den up on Friday. I mean, Tyler Young and Ricky Hughes, those were phenomenal returns.
They were, and just, we've worked all year getting our kick return guys to get a body and stay on, and just, Tyler's was just beautiful because it was right up the middle. He was patient. He waited for it to open up, and then he just exploded when he saw a seam. And then Ricky's was just phenomenal on its own part, where he bounced outside, and how he stayed in bounds. He's right in front of us. How he manipulated his body and stayed in while running full speed was amazing, and picked up good blocks. And, it was awesome to see that, and just another aspect of, guys picking up their game.
Something that oftentimes doesn't get talked about, or when it does, it's because something bad happened. But I'm going to stay with special teams. You were 3 for 3 in extra points, which gave you the lead at halftime. I know one just snuck in there, but you've got a holder, snapper, holder, and kicker. When they do their job, those things make big differences.
They really do, and then just, the protection part with it, we've struggled with that too, and, it's kind of been a deal, do we keep working it, do we not? But you just absolutely have to have the ability to kick it or to kick a field goal, and you just have to have it. And so we really tried to stay the course, and that was really good seeing those guys execute the other night.
Let's look at the defensive side of the football for you guys. I thought for the second week in a row, Abilene and Wamego are upper-tier teams, and they love to move the football, and they put some big numbers up. Your defense was forced into some short fields both weeks, which gave up touchdowns. Other than that, though, they really, staying at home, contain, and then finishing plays. It's not easy to do against those guys, but I thought they really have stepped up the last 2 weeks.
They have. Just, the thing against Abilene, when, unfortunately for us, they can come in and they have 7 to 9 guys playing just one way. And so when that offense comes on the field, you got an offensive line, a quarterback, a running back, and receivers coming off the sideline. And just the inability for us to kind of take away their short ISO game that they had. And then that kind of set up. And if they hadn't hit Hokeman on the wheel route, down their sideline, that was a big play they got. And then they got another kind of hitch-and-go play down their sideline as well. I know they got them, but those were probably 2 kind of backbreakers through that stretch. We weren't completely stopping the run, but we were bottling them up. And then Hopeman is just a phenomenal kid, and their quarterback. They've got some athletes.
Yeah, the Tigers right there. The second half, I think what you were talking about, alluding to their being able to platoon. More so than certainly the Tigers are. As you said, you got your guys down in the middle of the mix that are playing almost every snap of the football game, and that kind of, you could tell that in the second half when that drive just you kept him from going long, but you couldn't keep him from that 5 or 6 yard line. It's a gain each time.
Right. They can kind of wear on you, and then we had difficulty moving the ball, so then your defense is back out there, and then probably really hurt when we had the deep turnover in the third quarter, and they got that short field. But, credit our kids, though. We stayed right there. And, they really did not put that game away until pretty late.
You take the road trip into the districts, as I said, coming on during our pregame, and Coach, you go in to face the Goodland Cowboys. This is a team that will give you a bit of a different look. I know you've looked at 2 passing teams, if you will. I know Hookman can run the ball and really hurting people for Abilene. But Wamego and Abilene known for getting the ball down the field, this Goodland team loves to throw the football around the football field. Yeah,
they do. They're coming in averaging, I think it's about 230 yards a game in the air. They've got one receiver that's averaging, coming into last week at 110 yards per game, averaging 16 yards per reception. So, with a new quarterback, from Peter moving on. They got a new head coach, and then his son was the quarterback. I think it's Trashel, I think is his name,
Right.
is this year's quarterback. And between him and Avila receiver, they've got an explosive 1-2 combination. And then the quarterback's pretty much a dual threat, too. He can really get out with his feet. First play of the game last week, he went 75 yards on a broken play. So, they've got some ways they can hurt you.
What have you seen for your guys this week? I know you said to me earlier that practices have gone pretty well, and you just got a great group of guys. I mean, that was your words, because you just been appreciative of how they've showed up each and every day and kind of kept back after it. And as we said earlier, they got to know they're in position to make something happen here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this has just been a great group to work with. They really support each other real well. It's an interesting combination because we only have 4 seniors playing. It's an interesting combination of how different guys help bring leadership and build on each other's strengths, and really play for each other. And, it's a challenge because we've been out of school for 2 days and we're traveling today. So we'll see how our guys handle all those, regimental things that you're always concerned about. But I don't know. We play hard, and, if we go out and execute tonight like we're capable of, I feel pretty good.
It's been 2 great efforts, as you mentioned, the last 2 weeks to knock on the door. Be a great one to get going in district play with a win tonight. Coach, good luck at Goodland.
Thanks a lot.
Back with more on pregame in just a moment.
Reduce costly irrigation downtime next season by preparing your center pivots, corners, and linears now. Your local Valley dealer has a preventative maintenance program that protects your investment through the cooler weather and makes sure your irrigation equipment is ready for the next growing season. Don't take a chance on your machines breaking down when your crops need water. Contact your local Valley dealer today about a preventative maintenance program.
See Republican Valley Irrigation or call 632-5588.
At Central Valley Ag, we're growing agriculture together. Our agronomy division incorporates the latest technologies to support and strengthen your on-the-farm success. We continuously invest in state-of-the-art equipment to expand capacity and maximize efficiency in supplying your operation. Central Valley Ag is committed to serving the needs of our Nebraska and Kansas customers through dedicated professionals providing innovative solutions that grow value. Stop by a Central Valley Ag location today. Learn more about how we're growing agriculture together.
You want your documents to look clean, crisp, and professional, not murky and dull. To demonstrate, my assistant Roscoe is going to don this beautiful 3-piece suit.
All right.
And jump into this vat of muddy water.
I knew there had to be a catch.
At Central Office and Clay Center, we have the Lexmark MX310DN laser multifunction printer on sale for $449, as well as a great selection of other mono and color MFPs that will produce documents you can be proud of at prices you can afford. Right, Roscoe? Roscoe? He does know how to swim, doesn't he?
Tiger football on KCOY is brought to you in part by Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep of Manhattan, Union State Bank, Farmers Union Insurance, Jim Gearhand, Agent, Clay Center, Bud's Tire Service, Central Office Service and Supply, Ray's Apple Market, Farmway Co-op, United Bank and Trust, Hanson Ford of Clay Center, and Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales.
This is CJ, sales manager at Briggs Nissan of Manhattan, with 0% financing for up to 72 months on some of the best-selling Nissan models, like the Nissan Sentra and Maxima, our great gas mileage cars, and the Nissan Murano, our popular SUV. And all 3 have up to $1,000 in rebates. Our great fall savings don't stop there. Don't forget our lease prices starting at just $159 a month and employee pricing for all our military past and present. Now is the time to come see us for the greatest deals on Nissans in the area. At Briggs Nissan, we never match prices, we always beat them.
Home sweet home. It's everything you've dreamt of until the water heater breaks down, the roof needs replaced, the picket fence takes a hit, a pipe bursts, and the basement floods. Whew. That's when you call your friends at United Bank and Trust. With years of lending experience and a few home ownership hurdles of their own, they can help make it a home sweet home again with a home sweet loan. Home improvement loans from United Bank and Trust. You bank, we deliver. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Rake in the savings and leave fewer worries behind with Twin Valley's ultra high-speed internet. Sign up for phone, digital TV, high-speed internet, and receive your first 3 months of internet free. This offer is only available for a limited time. Twin Valley services outperform the competition, and it's easy to switch over. Call our office and speak with a customer service rep to find out how you can get Twin Valley for all your communication and entertainment needs. 800-515-3311.
One company, one call, Twin Valley, Twin Valley.
Bruna Implement Company knows Case IH innovations do more than solve everyday problems. They maximize output while saving your operation money. That's why they continue to offer proven, efficient, and reliable solutions. Be ready with Case IH innovations like the axial flow rotor, quad track technology, advanced farming systems, and an SCR-only emissions solution. Because it's not an innovation until it changes your bottom line. For the best in farming equipment, visit Bruna Implement Company at any of their 5 locations.
If you're a farmer, you're used to being at least one step ahead. You're always thinking about the next season and the supplies you'll need. Contact Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Cells to get ready for the next wheat crop. They'll have plenty of starter fertilizer on hand for all their customers, so give them a call today and place your order. Talk with Brent, Alan, Darren, Kent, or Mike Green. Whether you want liquid or dry starter fertilizer, Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Cells is the place to go.
And a good evening from Goodland, Kansas, a little further west than the norm the last couple of weeks. Chet Carlson with us, Kerry Carlson, our stat boy, back alongside, and Garla Pearson, our engineer, back at the studio as we bring you to Goodland tonight for a Football Friday in the district opener. Chet Carlson, and a perfect, and I mean, we've said this a few times this year, but there is a hint of wind maybe, and the clouds have spread apart and the sunshine fading, but it is a perfect night for football.
Perfect night for football, perfect weather, perfect view here.
Absolutely.
The grass looks great. Everything about the atmosphere, and it's the new season.
It is the second season, if you will. 2-4 for the Tigers coming into this game, but the last 2 ball games definitely as well as we've seen them play, particularly on the defensive side of the football. And last week, special teams were phenomenal.
They really were. They were almost the big difference in the game.
Yeah.
I say almost, and they really were the difference in the game. We came away with the loss, but we proved so much to ourselves. Some things that we thought, some things we've been trying to get together, we got it to come together on those 2 areas of play for the Tigers.
For the Goodland Cowboys, they have had 2 different seasons already. In the 6 games that they've played, 3 games they've been blown out in.
Right.
3 games they've won. 1 was close. The other 2, they blew their opponent out. So who knows what this team's going to bring at you, except that it's a new head coach, and we know they're going to pass the ball a bunch.
Yeah, they are. And I was watching in their pregame, and they pass well. They pass very well, and they catch very well, as you would guess looking at the stats. But they're a 3-3 team that averages 30.5 points per game, but they give up a lot of points too. But we don't know their opponents very well. They play some very, very good opponents. So they have been blown out 3 times.
And in those 3, we know they are good. Ulysses, Holcomb, and give me the third one on that list, Scott City. So those 3 teams stayed ranked year in and year out. They've been up toward the top this year again. So those numbers can be skewed a little bit on what points they've given up this season.
It's hard to know because they average scoring, Goodland average scoring about 20 points a game in those matchups, but they gave up 65 points a game average among those 3 teams.
Tigers will kick off the football to begin this game. Goodland will receive, and noted this stadium runs east-west. Our stat guy was on top of the game early when we got here to Goodland, but that is a rarity in high school football to see that happen. But it is, again, a perfect night. The sun's faded behind the high school here. Lights are on, and the teams are on the field about ready to paint this picture of a district opener from Goodland. It will be Zeb Bloom, and we'll kick it off for the Tigers. And the Goodland Cowboys do have 2 receivers back deep to receive at about their own 10-yard line. Of course, special teams so big last week with the 2 big returns that the Tigers were able to put together. Just amazing 85 and 87-yard returns from Tyler Young and then Ricky Hughes in that ball game. And then Zeb Bloom was kicking off here 3 for 3 on the extra points, and that gave them the lead at halftime, 21-20. Your tasty pastry kickoff from Goodland, your district opener, is underway, and Zeb Bloom boots one end over end, and it would take it back at about the 12-yard line. To return back through the middle, now to the outside, right out to the 40-yard line, 45, and hurdling over a tackler. There'll be a penalty flag thrown here, and this will be against Goodland and drop them back to the other direction. Good tackle on the opposite side of the field by Balin Brumfield, who was right in the play. he almost became a hurdle. And in essence, he was, and that will be a penalty on Goodland.
It's unusual when you can hit somebody low and still be 5 feet off the ground. Right. I mean, he was airborne. That flag's on the 40-yard line. So,
Tigers waiting to see the penalty assessed and see where the defense will take over. The defense looks like this. Jeff Bloom, the end, Dylan Carlson on the opposite side. Austin Last, Evan Stanley in the middle. The linebackers are Hunter Mullen, Gabe Ware, Jace Casper, and Brady Hamill. Tyler Young and Colvin Lafferty are the corners. And then back in a safety position, you see actually Ricky Hughes and Colvin Lafferty will go corner. Lane Libby back as a safety to start in this ball game. And so they'll get a chance to maybe platoon some guys and get some guys some rest they haven't had a chance to do. For Goodland, it's Colt Traxel, the quarterback, 5'11", 186, a senior, and they will throw it around the field. They pitch it right. Option pass to begin. Tigers stay pretty tight right now. Deep pass down the middle and just broken up at the last second by Hunter Mullen. They were going downfield for the freshman Levi Archer. Option pass to start. So obviously it's the second season, and Coach Stevens, new coach here at Goodland's going to try anything tonight.
Yeah, and that was, the old, you say razzle-dazzle right off the bat, but, they were bringing it also the quarterback. The quarterback that took the snap is the eligible receiver over here in the left flat.
Who, by the way, has one touchdown catch this year of 37 yards. So he scored it on the ground, caught a touchdown pass, and he's passed for a bunch. He's going to run it himself this time. Traxel to the right side, far side of the field, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. It'll be a gain, it looks like, of almost 9 yards. See where the yardage marker goes. And it is really tough from our angle to see the opposite side of the field of who made the tackle and pushed him out of bounds. It is a gain of, they call it 8, so 3rd down 2, and Goodland going very quick. Traxel quarterback keep hit early. Austin Last in there early on the hit. We'll see where the mark comes in.
I don't think he got it.
Coach Rice has taken an eyeball at it from the yardage marker. Goodland's pointing 1st down. Coach Rice waiting for the official word. They may have to measure on this.
I think they will. And I think that Goodland will be very tempted to go for it if they're short. It'd be risky. They're out here at the 36, 37-yard line, but, they're just bringing it all right now, right out of the gate.
And we saw the option pass deep downfield, and they did get a hand to that football, but it was a touch overthrown, and Hunter Mullen then broke it up. That was the very first play from scrimmage. They do have the chains out on the field. They'll stretch these out, and we'll see how much is left or if they have gotten it. They are short, and it's about a half a yard short, or almost close to a yard to move that football forward. We'll see if Goodland, when the play clock goes into motion, rushes to the line of scrimmage once again or not.
They're sending in the punt team, but I don't trust it.
I'm with you. They do have their punter back. Tigers will send one man back, and then they have got their corners in position in case there's any type of maybe run, fake, or maybe a fake pass on this play. Goodland lines up to punt it on 4th down, about a half yard to go. And the snap is a high one, takes him backwards. He will kick it while falling down and gets a good one away downfield. The Tigers will have to let it roll to a stop, and Clay Center will take over after a 3-and-out early from their own 31-yard line. Great play by your punter that time to go up, make the catch of a high snap, come down, and with pressure, kind of rugby-style that thing left-footed, and the Tigers will take over with the football.
He really did. The Tigers saw an opportunity to put some extra pressure on him with that high snap, but he made an athletic play just to catch it and get it away.
Tigers on the line. Austin Last in the middle. To his left is Evan Stanley and Dylan Carlson. Parker Folks, McCade Melius to the right side. Hunter Mullen, tight right. Balin Brumfield, tight left. You have Gabe Ware behind. Brady Hamill in motion. Cade Wallace pitches to Hamill outside left, and he's got good yardage out to the 40, or to the 30-yard line, I should say. And he's going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards. They actually marked that to 26 where they started this drive. So it'll be 2nd down and 7, maybe 6 yards to go.
Both drives, both possessions started on the 26-yard line for each team. Good 3-and-out for the Tigers on defense first.
Tigers come to the line of scrimmage. We mentioned Wallace in at quarterback. He has Hughes and Hamill, his wingbacks, and Gabe Ware behind him. And they just pulled Goodland offside, so a fresh or 3 yards here. It'll be 2nd down and just a couple now to go, and that can open your playbook up a little bit. So penalty flags early against Goodland on the return and now on defense.
My silence was I was hoping it was going the right way. Everybody was pointing at each other, but if you're not used to watching that offense, most people in our part of the state are. There were two guys on this side that jumped as soon as Brady Hamill went in motion.
And nobody twitched for the Tigers, so it was against Goodland. So 3rd down and 2. Tigers have a short opportunity, or second down and 2, I should say. Back to pass, first time across the middle to Ricky Hughes. Complete from Cade Wallace. Hughes almost breaks it free. He will take it to the Goodland 43-yard line, and in traffic on the money, Murph to the fuse.
All right, the 2 plays we've run, people aren't used to seeing us run right out of the gate, so the Tigers are mixing it up a little bit too. We go with the pitch to the wingback right off the bat. That we've never started a game that way, and then that quick slant up the middle.
So Cade Wallace will go back in under center. Balin Brumfield goes wide left, actually tight left, and this is a newer look at the formation to both sides. Campbell to get in motion. They'll pitch it again for Brady. The hammerhead trying to get outside, breaks one tackle, bounces off of another one, takes it inside the 40-yard line. Down near the 37 goes Brady Hamill, and the offense clicking right now, Chet. A penalty and 2 big run plays and the 1 pass play.
Absolutely, and you got to take this momentum. You got to spring in your step. The offensive line's up there wanting to block somebody, and you just got to keep the momentum going.
So second down and 5 yards to go after a 5-yard pickup by Brady Hamill. He takes it to the Goodland 37-yard line. Now they will split Brumfield wide right. Into the short side goes Mullen. Cade Wallace. Hamill again in motion. Hands it off up the middle. That is Gabe Ware. He may be gone. He's inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown Tigers. And correction, that's Adam Ebert who was in there running back. And Ebert takes it to the house. The Tigers go on top 6-0.
It looked like 28 to me at first, too. It was number 25, and he hit that hole fast. And there was a hole there to hit. He hit that fast, and he was off to the races. Nobody was going to catch.
Adam Ebert in. He takes it from 37 yards out and into the house for the Tigers, and now for the extra point. So early, the 3-and-out stop, and then the offense running on the ground strong. One big play, a big pass play in the middle of that drive as well. Tigers taking a long time to get into formation, and now ready to work. Jeff Bloom will be the kicker. Peyton Lane is the holder. Snap is there. Hold is down. Kick is up, and it is good. The Tigers lead it 7-0 early. 10:34 still on the opening quarter clock. Play Center leads it 7-0 when we come back.
As the doors slide open, your adventure begins. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to find a way to save your family money while not sacrificing quality. Your primary weapons are private label brands. Searching up and down every aisle, you discover they're everywhere. Best Choice and Always Save are comparable to the national brands, and they're in every department, offering savings every day. Mission accomplished at your local family-owned Gray's Apple Market.
We're right on your way home.
Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics. Whether you're looking for a tough Ram truck, a sporty Dodge Challenger, or an elegant Chrysler 300, Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has you covered. For 46 years, they've treated you like family because their family name is on the door. Right now, get 0% plus no payment for 90 days. The area's only 5-star certified dealership, Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Manhattan. Go Tigers!
So the Tigers take it downfield, 4 plays, 74 yards, and they score on the 38-yard run from Adam Ebert, and the Tigers go up 7-0. What a start.
41 seconds. That could be the stat of the game there.
There's the kick from Zeb Bloom. This time a squibber right down the middle. Picked up after a couple of bounces at the 17-yard line. A return out left. Colvin Lafferty with the tackle on special teams. And Goodland will take over from their own 30-yard line. Lafferty the tackle. The return that time by the Goodland Cowboys, Luke Avila, who is their top receiver as well.
You think momentum means anything? On the opening kickoff, they made a great kickoff return, and they scared me. I thought it might go to the house. Now, it was moved back with that penalty. But, they brought it out to the 40-some-yard line, moved back to the 26 with that penalty. That time it was all white jerseys uncovered.
Traxel out of the shotgun. He has one back behind. He'll turn and hand off to that back. This is Milky, and he's going to be wrapped up, bounced out of the interior to the outside, and then Gabe Ware and Brady Hamill and company took care of it from there.
Number 44 was in there as well, but normally when 6 is in their 44s, they share a lot of tackles.
You're right.
But that was a great stop by the Tigers.
That is a gain of maybe a half yard. If that, it's second down, we'll call it 10. Milky, the running back, stands to the left of Traxel. He's got 3 receivers right, trips to the right, 1 left. Back to pass. Fires out in the flats right side and has Avila. He's going to be tracked down by Brady Hamill and a corner out there, Colvin Lafferty on the play. Nice defense. They'll give up about 7 yards, third down 3. We asked in pregame, Coach Rice, if they threw downfield. He said, yeah, they tried to stretch with their butt. They'll throw some screens. They'll throw some things in the flats as well.
I think we're going to see a lot of work left and right. I think we're going to see a lot of lateral passes, short lateral passes, and then they'll spring one up top every once in a while.
Traxel has thrown this year for 1,276 yards, including 14 TDs, but he has thrown 10 picks on the season. Back to pass again. Traxel fires out right side. Pass is going to be caught in traffic. One break of a tackle, but Ricky Hughes allows no more after that. The catch, though, is made outside by the Goodland Cowboys' Levi Clem, and they throw to about 5 different guys that have over 100 yards on the season.
Yeah, there's not just 1 or 2 guys you know who to watch. I mean, they have a lot of receivers. And I was watching Traxel in pregame. He can throw the ball, and that time he threaded it right between a lot of coaches.
Clem has got 12 catches for 154 yards, including 1 TD for the Goodland Cowboys, and they have a 1st and 10 now at the Tiger 42-yard line. And we have a whistle as the snap comes out to Traxel. And so they'll stop play here, and we'll see what the ball is. Procedure against the Cowboys backs them up 5 yards, 1st and 15. 9:10 to work here, and you can help me with the clock. There is a bulb out. It looks like a 4 right now, but it is 9:10 left to go in the open quarter. Tigers scored quick, 41-second drive, 4 plays, and they punched it in on that Adam Ebert touchdown run of 38 yards. They lead 7-0.
And already 3 minutes into this game, Goodland's got 3 penalties that have made a difference. Hopefully this one will too.
1 special teams, 1 defense, now 1 offense. Traxel drops that back deep, looks like a screen. They'll throw it across the middle, hits Avila, and on the play, Austin last, but Avila bounces off the tackle and gets open space on the outside. Finally pushed out of bounds. There is a penalty flag down about where the pass was caught. Behind the play, you would think this is coming back the other direction. Now a second penalty flag drops in. Goodland applauding. We'll see what the call is.
They could offset.
2 flags are down. In a space pass against the Tigers. And
that's the only
flag was dropped for maybe a mark on the play. I don't know. So this will be against the Tigers. Tell you what, Avila's got some elusiveness because Austin last put a pretty good hit, and he just bounced off of it and went out to open space.
Well, the worst thing about getting a face mask call is you didn't get him tackled. He broke that. He broke that tackle.
So this will be a 5-yard variety penalty, but it is 1st and 10 now for the Goodland Cowboys. 8:47 to work as they make their way downfield against the Tigers. They started this drive back at their own 30-yard line. Started the first drive at the 26, went 3 and out. Traxel, back to pass once more, stands in the pocket, pressure coming. Seth Bloom gets to him and will bring him down. Seth Bloom, the end crashing in, not only got to him, Chet, but hung on for dear life and brought him down for the sack.
And that was the key. That was the wrestler in him coming out there because you can tell Traxel's used to getting out of those. He's an athletic, he's a strong, big quarterback with a good arm, and he's used to getting out of those. Zeb Bloom did not let him go.
Bloom with the crash from the outside, and that's now 2nd down 17, so a loss of 7 on the Bloom sack.
Well, he got in there.
And then finished the play. That's the biggest key maybe of the whole situation. 2 backs now standing along Traxel in the backfield. He will hand off to the second back through. This is Milky running right through the middle. Tigers will stop him after a gain 2, I should say, the 30-yard line of the Tigers. They get the 7 yards back. Now they're facing 3rd down and 10.
The first collision Milky made was with his blocker. He ran right into the back of his blocker. He said, "Get out of my way."
And a big collision with the linebackers and interior of the Tigers. Brought him down after a 7-yard gain. It's 3rd down 10. Goodland with the football. They have it at the Tiger 29-yard line. Traxel has Milky standing beside. He'll roll left. Tigers bringing pressure. Bloom again. They throw downfield. He's got a receiver. That's Avila. And he'll be pushed out of bounds by Colvin Laffrey. But Avila able to get open and Traxel enough time to square it, rolling left with the right-handed throw and put it on the money.
Yeah, it was a well-thrown ball, rolling to his left, as you say. A little bit more cushion than we maybe want on coverage all the way across the field.
84 of 165 on the season for Traxel, throwing the football at nearly 1,300 yards. Traxel again to throw. Sets it across the middle. That ball is going to be picked off. The Tigers come up with a pick at the goal line, and it is Tyler Young who steps in and jumps the route jet. We saw him last week almost jumping for 6. He knocked it down. This time he hauls in another INT.
Tyler is so gifted at that. He is so good at watching the quarterback, watching where the ball's going to be, baiting him, and jumping the route. And he jumped it perfectly there. we're getting a stop on, the 3-yard line. He intercepted that at the goal line.
And Traxel had room and time to throw as he was rolling right this time, and he thought he had a receiver open, and Tyler Young takes it away. So T-Money the pick, his second of the year. 7:14 to work opening quarter. Tigers now take over from their own 3-yard line. Cade Wallace works right side and will give it off underneath, and it's going to be a carry out across the 5. Pick up this time the run by Adam Ebert again. Ebert had the touchdown run in the first drive for the Tigers of 38 yards. He gains 4, and that's big yardage if you start from your 3.
It really is. I was going to say that's huge, just to move it out that far.
They'll send Brumfield wide right. Mullen goes off to the left side. It is second down 5. They will gain a 5 yards off the play. Here's Wallace again through the middle. He's going to keep it himself. Dives out for another 2 or 3 yards. He gets it across the 10, and the Tigers will have third down and short. Third down and maybe a couple of yards left to go, if that.
Yeah, they're a little slow getting our numbers up on because we can't see from here.
It's a first down. The angle we have did not show us that he had gotten that far, but it's a 1st and 10. Cade Wallace able to keep it and go right, diving forward to pick up 1st and 10 yardage.
Perfect time for us to estimate the yardage on a play. We needed to move the chain.
So 1st and 10 instead of 3rd and short. The Tigers have the football at their own 13-yard line. Tight formation this time. 2 wingbacks and the 2 receivers just off the line of scrimmage. In motion goes Hughes, and it's the second time and the same player for the Goodland Cowboys that has jumped offside. The Tigers twice putting a man in motion. Twice they picked up an offense or a defensive offside.
Yeah, and they're a defense that plays with a lot of intensity, and they try to bring a lot, and so they're itching there. They're on the line of scrimmage, and they're just trying to get there.
The defender, Brandon Verlinden, senior, is the guy that's jumped twice when that man's done in motion. So Tigers have something working. Second down and 5. Started this drive at their own 3. They have it out to their own 16.
He's not going on a hard count. He's going on the first motion.
You're right.
Wing back.
There's a pitch out left. This is going to be to Ricky Hughes, and he's got a blocker out in front. Cuts against the grain. Stays on his feet and tumbles forward across the 30-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10, big time for the Tigers, and Ricky Hughes running hard to the outside. They'll move this football across the 30 to the 33. 1st and 10. Remember, the drive started back on their own 3.
Ricky has the tackler underneath him. I'm not sure he hit the ground exactly where that spot is, but great run by Ricky.
He was trying to roll off that tackle and even get to his feet. He couldn't do that, but I agree. It could have been stretched out even a touch further. Tigers with the football, 1st down and 10. Here's Cade Wallace. He'll fake it right, wants to throw, looking to the outside, nowhere to go with it. He's going to be brought down for a loss of 1 or 2 yards as 2 tacklers end up getting Cade Wallace in the backfield. So it will be second down and 11 to go.
He was going to have an open receiver over here, maybe 2 open receivers. The direction he was rolling to his right, but he had pressure on him too fast to be able to do anything with it.
Tigers look to the sideline for the call, signal into Wallace, and he goes into the huddle. 5:05 to work first quarter. Tigers leading 7-0.
Officially a sack because it was the line of scrimmage behind it, but a very short one.
Brumfield right, Mullen left. In motion goes Hughes. Here's Wallace, handoff through the middle, and good yardage again. This time to carry across the 40. Sliding for extra yards. Goes Gabe Ware, and it's going to be 1st and 10. That's Adam Ebert again, and he may carry most of his luggage tonight on the offensive side. Ware able to go defensively, and Ebert is running hard that time.
He is running really hard. He's running with a purpose, but I tell you what, he hits that so fast. All those guys have this year that have been in that position, Bailey Easterberg, Gabe Ware, and now Adam Ebert, they all hit that so fast.
And that time had some room to start, so he had momentum going, and then he just hugged and drugged the guys behind him trying to bring him down. Now, where isn't it running back as Ebert will come off? But Adam got us on the board early with that 38-yard touchdown. He has 3 carries for 55 yards already in this opening quarter. And a TD to go along with it. Here's that tight formation again for the Tigers. Wallace, hard count, and we have a penalty flag, and they may have taken too long. It is a delay of game against the Tigers. You see that back judge throw the flag, you got a pretty good idea of what's coming, and that's who threw it, and that was the call. So they used too long. They'll move them back to 1st down and 16 yards here, or 1st down 15 to go.
Yeah, in high school football, you have to use that back judge as your play clock, because when his hand starts going in the air, you're inside a 5-sack.
Right. Tigers again into the huddle now with the call. Offensive line rolls up. McCade Melius right. Parker Folks there. Austin last in the middle. You have Dylan Carlson and Evan Stanley to the left. Cade Wallace under center. 1st down 15 now. underneath, and option play ball comes loose, and Goodland has come up with it. Wallace and Ware both kind of running that option and both battling to keep the football. Both thought they were the ones to go, and Wallace wanted to pull it back out. It popped loose, and now Goodland has the football.
And forward progress had been totally stopped for several seconds there, but it was just a battle. Nobody was on the ground. The whistle hadn't blown yet, and the whistle had not blown, and the ball comes flying out.
So Goodland comes up with a break here after the Tigers picked off Goodland at their own 3 and it moved out across the 30. Now it's Goodland with the football, the Tiger 37. Traxel has a trips right, but they're very tight formation. He's going to run it with those blockers out on that side. They try to stretch it out. Now Traxel banks off of a near tackle and goes out of bounds at around the 25-yard line. It appears he has enough for the first down.
He had a pretty good block out there, and, in basketball you can't do that moving screen, but you can in football, and it got him about 8 more yards on the carry.
So it is 1st and 10 Goodland now to the 25 of Clay Center. And Traxel, we've talked about his throwing numbers. He has also run the ball well this year. He has run it 59 times, 446 yards, so he's their leading rusher to go along with the passing yards we talked about. And he's also scored 7 TDs.
Yeah.
He's got 3 right. They're a little more spread to the short side of the field. Traxel puts one in motion underneath. He will take the handoff, take it outside right. And he is going to be met by Colvin Lafferty and knocked it out of bounds, but he does take it to the 20. And if Lafferty doesn't make that tackle, we're in big trouble.
Colvin did a really good job that time. He did a really good job. He fought off his blocker. He kept that sideline as his friend, and he used it to help make the tackle.
New look that time from Goodland. They had the 3 right. They put one in motion across away from where they went, leaving the 2 blockers outside, and Traxel did pick up 4 yards, 2nd down 6. Milkey now stands beside Traxel. Goodland up to the line. Now they look over the sideline for the call. Traxel directing traffic.
We're inside 5 seconds.
Shotgun start. And they do get it off in time. He'll hand off to Milkey underneath, and he is going to be met by the interior of the Tiger defense. Milkey never went to the ground, but Gabe Ware, Jace Casper, Austin Last and company there.
That was kind of like every K-State quarterback that always snaps it with 1 second to go. I counted. We were down to 1 second.
Goodland crowd not quite up to snuff. They should be counting the play clock down, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Happens at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. Traxel again from that gun. It's 3rd down and 5. They got about a yard that play. He'll roll it right side. Pressure coming. Now staggers, fires right down the sideline, and he's going to pick up the first down to the 12. Jace Casper was close to him, but Traxel got rid of it quickly when he saw pressure, and Goodland moves the chains and takes it inside the 15. It looks like about the 13 is where they'll set up 1st and 10.
And he does fire. You said fires. He does fire that ball. He throws it a line drive on a laser, and that he completes a lot of passes.
So 2:40 left opening quarter, and Goodland marching downfield after the Tiger fumble. Here's Traxel, handoff Milkey in the middle, and again he is crushed as he comes through. Evan Stanley, first contact, and then the Tiger defensive line and backers come in and clean it up. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. After the pass play set him up on 1st, I think it was Chain Gang still had a 3rd down a moment ago, but it is 2nd down, and we'll call it 8. They gave him a gain of 2.
Tiger defense trying to blow their back a little bit here. They're down to a short field again.
Goodland passed the ball almost exclusively on that last drive. Now they've gone to a running game more. So here's a handoff. This is Hernandez, who has missed the last 3 games due to a knee injury. Austin Hernandez, 152-pound junior. He had a helmet to the knee earlier this season. He hasn't played. This is the 4th game he's missed, and now back in for the first time. And they said it would just be a case of seeing what he could do tonight. He gets 1 run here and now comes out. He did pick up about 5 yards on the play.
And he cut about 47 times.
Right.
I mean, he didn't act like he had a sore knee.
Minute 33 to work, and we have a timeout taken. It's by the Tiger defense. We'll break here as well. A minute 33 to go. Opening quarter. Tigers lead 7-0 here in Goodland.
Mortgage brokers, escrow, appraised value, inspections, loan-to-value, lock-in period. If you don't understand real estate, these terms can be frightening and stressful. But at Union State Bank, we can take you step by step through the entire process of buying a home or a farm. We can take you from the initial contract all the way to the closing table. We will handle all the paperwork right here in one place with efficiency and convenience. Make one stop from start to finish on your next farm or home loan at Union State Bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Well, the Tigers a 7-0 lead after they forced a 3-and-out on the opening possession by Goodland, and then the Tigers drove it from their own 26-yard line down to 4 plays, 41 seconds off the clock, and they were up after Adam Ebert took it in from 38 yards out. Now, Goodland, for the second straight time, has driven deep into Tiger territory.
Well, the one thing we knew and the Tigers knew is you don't get a false sense of security when you score fast against this team. They've been in high-scoring games all season long.
And they can move it through the air and on the ground. They love to pass the football. This has been primarily a running drive for the Cowboys. Now, the last time they were in this position down near the goal line, they did throw it, and that's when Tyler Young picked it off and denied their drive. Raxel again from the gun. He's going to run it left side, trying to get out with a couple of blockers. He's trying to stretch it further left, and he will get near the pylon, and he's in. Goodland able to score here with 1:27 to work in the opening quarter, and they've cut the lead down to 1. And now we've got a penalty flag back near the line of scrimmage, so we may scratch that score off.
I think so. I didn't see a preliminary signal on that.
Fortunately, we sit with the greatest people in Goodland, the Tiger fans, and we're right in the stands with them. We heard them cheer, and then we saw the flag laying back behind. So instead of a touchdown run from Traxel on 3rd and 3, it will be 3rd down and 8, it looks like, or even further when they mark this off.
Oh, it's going to be further.
Yeah, it's 3rd down and about 15 to go.
From the 16.
So Traxel sends 2 receivers to both sides. From the gun, 3rd and long. Rolls right. He's looking to pass again. He will fire off balance toward the goal line. It's dropped. It'll be 4th down and 15. He was open. It would have been 1st down near the goal line, but he dropped the football. The receiver, Avila, had a pretty good look.
That's right. It was 3rd and 15 from the 16. They could pick up a 1st down inside the 1. They completed that pass 100 times in pregame, but they missed it when we needed them to miss it.
And it was on the hands, and it just was not caught. 4th down, 14 is the call here for the Goodland Cowboys. And you know they're going for, we were looking at their stats on extra points. They don't make a lot of those or even kick a lot of those.
So, and I saw them kicking. We were walking when they were kicking field goals, and they don't have that kind of foot.
Traxel, 3rd down, 14. Stands in the pocket. Has pressure from Stanley, fires downfield. This will be caught. It appears to be short, and that will be Tiger football. Let's see if we've got it read right. The officials are going to mark, and they're going to measure.
Close.
No, they will not have to measure Tigers football. So the pass completed, but it was about a yard shy of the 1st down mark.
They needed to get to the 1 before a 1st down. Wow. A yard further, it's a touchdown, a yard short, and we got the ball, and that's what happened.
We have such an odd angle. It actually is marked about, it looks like the 3 now that we see with the,
they're calling it the 4.
The 4-yard line. Anyway, the Tigers stop. That's the biggest key there. Boy, drops pass, and then a pass completed just short of the 1st down marker. They center binds a couple of breaks there. 1:11 to go, 1st quarter. Tigers lead 7-0. Cade Wallace under center. This will be a handoff through the middle. Bouncing off again, Adam Ebert. He's in the open field at the 20-yard line. He is brought down from behind, but Adam Ebert racking up big numbers in his 1st quarter.
Wow, what a run. We take over. We start one possession on the 3, the next one on the 4. We just need to move the ball out. We moved it out big time.
This is out to the 20-yard line, so a gain of 16 yards from Ebert that time. And he bounced off the initial contact and then just really opened it up and was caught just as he got to the 20-yard line. Hunter Mullen goes wide left. Tigers have a loaded line right now. An extra end on the left side. They'll pitch it that side for Ricky Hughes, and he will cut against the grain now. Bounces off a tackle, falls across the 20, out to the 21-yard line. A gain of 1. He really worked, and if he could have gotten one more break, maybe he had some room, but they stretched that out pretty nicely defensively.
I think Ricky ran 30 yards for that yard, but Ricky's running hard, too. Everybody for the Tigers is running with a purpose.
We've seen Hamill, we've seen Hughes, Ebert, all in the mix, running the football. Cade Wallace had a 1st down run earlier. Cade under center now, talking to his line, goes back in under center, and motion will come Brady Hamill. They'll hand it off underneath, and there is nothing there for the Tigers. It'll be 3rd down and long. They probably lost a yard.
Yeah, Cade kept the ball there, and I think we may have lost a yard.
That'll be the end of the opening quarter. Tigers do lead 7-0. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCOY.
As a parent, you want the best for your kids. When it comes to their good health, Count on the helpful staff at Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy to be there with trusted advice, needed prescription drugs, and a wide selection of vitamins and supplements. Right now, Patterson's Health Mart is offering free children's vitamins for kids ages 4 to 10. Putting the care into healthcare is Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy in downtown Clay Center. Stop in today to find out more about free vitamins for kids.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Thanks to a new Oldie soil-specific seed online service, your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Customize every acre with the highest potential hybrid based on soil types, trait package needs, disease threats, and agronomic preferences. Valuable data can also be shared with trusted suppliers. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
I love the bacon on this Subway sandwich. I love bacon so much, I'm launching a line of bacon jewelry. See? Been done before, but have you smelled bacon perfume? Sorry, that's my bacon sensing helmet. Detects bacon in a 30-mile radius. Well, have you met my husband? He's a bacon baron.
Pleasure to meet you.
Tigers will have the
A
football.
Ford certified pre-owned vehicle is the way to go, especially for value
And they will pitch it right side to Ricky Hughes. No, it's a fake. Brought back the other way. Brady Hamill will counterplay inside. It won't get much for the Tigers and will bring up a fourth down, and they'll be forced to punt for the first time in the ballgame.
Yeah, and it's back on the wrong end of the field here. So Goodland has a chance to come out of this with good field position on this stop. Tigers need a typical Brady Hamill punt right here.
Really no wind to deal with here tonight at all for either team. Brady Hamill will stand inside of his own 15-yard line. Tigers set up for the punt on 4th down and 8, deep in their own territory. Snap is there. It is blocked and will come up into the stands, actually, and Goodland's going to have terrific field position. They got through, and they got to the punt of Brady Hamill that time.
Yeah, I'm not even sure who it was. It didn't matter because there were a lot of black jerseys back there.
They pulled it down on them.
It really did.
So the Tiger defense called on once again. Twice they've stopped deep in their own territory. Now Goodland takes over at the 30-yard line of the Clay Center Tigers. And Chet just said it as we went to break. Kerry and I, Traxel is one of those scary types of players that can take over a game if you don't make sure you keep an eye on him.
He really is. He plays with a lot of confidence.
The officials getting a new football in. The block punt did come up into the stands right in front of us. We sit with the Tiger fans. Now it's going to be a run left from Traxel. He breaks one tackle, then runs into 3 different Tigers. Gabe Ware on the play. Also early on that hit, it looks like, was Colvin Lafferty. So it will be a gain of 4, maybe 5 yards, second down for the Goodland Cowboys.
They've gone to more running plays as of late, but in their passing game, they only have 1 incompletion, and that was the one over there on the 1-yard line.
Now they have 2 incompletions, but Traxel only threw 1 of those. The other was an option pass that was incomplete, first play of the game.
Right.
Traxel back to pass here. A lot of time to look. Now starts right with the roll. He's being shaded by Parker Folks. He'll tuck it and run it to the sideline. Knocked it out of bounds by Hunter Mullen. He will pick up good yardage on second down, enough to move the chain and take it inside the Tiger 20-yard line.
Parker wasn't going to quite get to him. He wasn't going to win that race, but Parker did a great job of spreading out that field, heading him to the sideline. Hunter Mullen came in and knocked him out of bounds.
Good pursuit angle by Mullen, and Parker Folks got him over in that area. It is 1st and 10, though. Goodland out the Tiger 15-yard line. Tiger defense twice has stopped deep inside their own territory. Here's a handoff to Milky underneath. The Tigers will get a tackle. Seth Bloom, I believe, makes the play. No, that's Brady Hamill outside who was able to crash in and make the tackle, but not before they take it inside the 10-yard line to the 7.
Well, they've been inside the 10 twice before in this game, and did not get any points. Here the Tigers need to do it a 3rd time.
The run to Milky caught the Tigers a bit off guard. He had a huge hole to run through. They'll run the exact same play, and again, a pretty big hole inside the 5. Hamill again, the first contact. This will be to the 3-yard line, it appears, and will bring up 1st down and goal now for the Goodland Cowboys.
And they did that play twice in a row with similar results both times. The Tigers didn't have a real good answer to it either time.
Goodland breaks huddle. It is 1st and goal. It's at the Tigers' 3-yard line. Second quarter action here, district play opener. Again to Milky through the middle. He is caught and tackled. Chase Casper gets in there. The freak coming from outside. They have been blitzing on the play. He got to the running back in a hurry.
He was coming from that outside linebacker position, and he did catch him from behind or from the side, and then his line was there to help.
It's second down and goal, a gain of about a half a yard. Austin Last, Evan Stanley, right in the middle of that defensive line. Traxel with Milky standing behind. Milky's run the last three. They fake it to him. Traxel going right side. Hunter Mullen staggers him for a moment. Now he dives forward. There's a penalty flag down. This will be short of the goal line, but likely to be a hold and bring it back.
I think it's a hold. Let's hope so.
They will. Oh, I saw the call now. It is a hold against Goodland. They had stopped him.
Yeah.
Now they got some space. The defense to work. It'll be second and goal, but it's going to be outside the 5-yard line.
Great D there by the Tigers. Great pursuit. You know, they brought the whole left side of the. I just saw a lot of white jerseys out there putting pressure on Traxel.
So they faked it to Milky, and then Traxel ends up giving it away. Goodland has 6 penalties already in this first half that have totaled 50 yards, Chet.
Wow.
And there have been some big ones. This right here is a big one, in fact. This moves them out to almost the 17-yard line now.
That's like adding 50 yards to our offense.
So Traxel from that shotgun, back to pass, and we've got a penalty or a whistle stop anyway. And this is going to be against Goodland again. Make it 7 penalties for 55 yards now.
Absolutely. They're going to keep second down, but they're just getting a little bit further away from that goal line.
And this was second and goal at the 3.
Absolutely.
And now it's second and goal out beyond the 20-yard line at the 22, it looks like, marked at. Big opportunity for this Tiger D to make a play. Riley County, Washington County hooked up at a good one. I'll get you that score here in just a moment as Traxel awaits the snap from the gun. He rolls left. He is looking to pass. Stands in the pocket, fires down toward the goal line, up for grabs, and it is picked away again. Steve Honey has his second INT of the ball game. Down to the goal line, picture-perfect coverage check, but then the pick on top of it.
I was worried he wasn't going to turn. You know, the receiver had turned long before. He turned at just the right time. He somehow picked up the ball out of the air and made the interception. It carried his momentum into the end zone. They're bringing the ball out to the 20.
Unbelievable turn, as you said, but he was on the money. He won at that time because he knew they must have read the eyes. He turned at the perfect time to pick that football off. His second INT of this game. That's the 13th pick that has been thrown by Traxel this year. Tigers with football, puts it to the line of scrimmage, and it will be a short yardage gain for the Tigers after a big pick from Tyler Young. You know, we said on the way over as we were talking about Tyler and the fact that since Chapman, he truly hasn't been fully healthy. In Coach's words, he was available tonight, Chet.
Yeah,
I think he's a little more than available. What do you?
I think so. 2 picks on the goal line.
Oh, man. Talk about stops and blocks. That is blocking an entire offense. Here's Cade Wallace. Handoff left side. Again, short yardage play. Not much there for the Tigers on the interior. They will score it out near the 25-yard line and actually going to pick up better yards than I thought. It's Gabe Ware made the play. Gabe just kept chugging. Now, he was injured in last week's game, and he's really in some pain. That's why they've kind of platooned him at the running back and trying to let him go at the LB position. So he's coming off to the sideline now, and you can see him really favoring that knee. Hunter Mullen comes wide left. Balin Brumfield to the right side. Hughes and Hamill are the wingbacks. They'll put Hughes in motion. Fake the pitch. Cade Wallace to throw to the sideline right. Brumfield, did he haul it in? No. Avila was right on him. Brumfield got his hands to it anyway and almost sucked it in there, but he was unable to make the catch.
Brumfield almost made the catch, but he also had to kind of become defender there because they were jumping that route as well. Avila did a pretty good job of defense.
Agreed. Brumfield able to almost come up with it. It was knocked to the ground, so the Tigers forced to punt for the second time here this evening. Last one, of course, blocked by the Cowboys. Brady Hamill stands at his own 15-yard line for the snap. It's there, and the kick is away. They had a defender near him, but Hamill feigns one downfield. This will be down at the Goodland 31-yard line. Brady Hamill flip, or Jen, as they say, it just flipped the field. Absolutely. I think that's, a 44-yard punt from the line of scrimmage there. Great punt by Brady. He got the spiral out of that thing, but he had pressure on it.
Oh, man, he did, but he got it away. Score from the Riley County game. Riley County, Washington County, that is in Riley tonight. The Falcons at the end of one quarter lead, 14-13. So it's the barn burner there in district play. Still have to get used to Washington County being 3A, I think, for a lot of people.
I think we're going to hear a lot of those tonight. When district play starts, it's on.
Things step up, don't they? The 4-2 and 3-3 matchup in that ball game. Falcons 3-3 lead by 1. Traxel out of the gun, handoff. This is going to be Hernandez. Now he cuts his field back the other direction. He will run into Colvin Laffrey and Adam Ebert and Seth Bloom. He does pick up pretty good yardage, and he made that all on his own. I understand. I talked to the play-by-play guy from Goodland. We've been talking through the week. I understand why he was excited to see Hernandez out here. He's been injured. He can move. He's like a scat back. You're right. You're right.
He's a shifty little runner.
He made about 4 moves and didn't go anywhere. There's Traxel, quick throw down the center, and it's overthrown. It looked like the receiver was confused on what Traxel was throwing or vice versa.
Well, they have a more sophisticated passing game than most high schools. There's a lot of plays, there's a lot of formations, and there's a lot of routes. They weren't together on that one. They are on most of them, but they weren't on that one.
Brings up 3rd down 6 after the incomplete pass, and the clock stops at 6:54 to work here in the second quarter. Tigers lead at 7-0. Traxel from the gun. It's the quarterback draw. He will get by the first wave, then he is banged down by Brady and will put a pop on the quarterback Traxel, and he's a little slow to get up. Number 3, you just met the hammerhead is what that means.
I tell you what, that's really close. They may decide to measure this. They are going to measure this one. Boy, we were so close to dropping him 5 yards before that, but he was able to get that ball close to the first down.
You have an Abilene score as well in their district matchup. They're at home against McPherson tonight. Mac leads 10-0. There's 4:30 left in the first half of that game. McPherson up 10-0 on the undefeated Cowboys.
Well, they have a field goal kicker.
Yes, they do. Yeah, Mac up by 10 in that one, 10-0 after a field goal knocked through.
Well, it's a foot or less here.
The last time, similar territory, similar distance, they did not go for it. They punted the football. See if they set something up here off of that play, or they're just going to fight, go for it.
They're going for it, and they're not going shotgun either.
There's everyone in the stands here on the broadcast, everyone on the sideline saying, watch the football, because you don't want to let them pull you off sides and give the first down. Let's see if they go quick snap or not. Traxel touches, gets it, and he is knocked backwards. Sam Bloom leads the charge, and the Tigers deny on 4th and less than a foot, and they get the football back at the Goodland 40-yard line. Sam Bloom, the first contact, and he stood him up, and then the Tiger wave came from there.
Tell you what, that's a candidate for several of our categories at the end of the game. Let me do a little writing here.
Please do. Big-time play for the Tigers. 6:24 to go first half. They lead 7-0. What a stop on the 4th down with about a foot to go. Tigers take over at the Goodland 40-yard line. 6:24 to work. First half, Tigers lead 7-0. Wallace with Hughes in motion. They'll pitch it out to Ricky Hughes, right side. Colvin Laffrey trying to get a block. Now Hughes will have to spin and cut. Stays on his feet. Back pedals his way inside the 30-yard line. So Hughes will pick up 1st and 10. He looked like he was done, Chet, about a yard deep in the backfield.
He spun. He did. He looked like he was done. He had already spun out of a tackle once before that. Then he did again, and he just kept his legs churning and moved it upfield.
Tigers move the football, move the chains. 1st and 10 at the 27 now, the Cowboys. Hunter Mullen will come wide left, and Lane Libby now at a wide receiver to the right side. Cade Wallace has Adam Ebert, the running back, behind him. Colvin Laffrey goes in motion. They'll hand off now. Cade Wallace tripped up and literally tripped up by a defender who just happened to be on the ground underneath. Wallace had made a good read, I think. It was open, wasn't it?
He made a great. That's what I was just going to. You were reading my mind. It looked like, it was wrong. I mean, it looked like they stopped us, but it was a great read.
Yeah, well, I mean, the defender just happened to fall in the right spot. 5:48 to work. Tigers with the football, same formation, Libby right, and Mullen left. Second down 10 now. Lafferty again in motion. And it'll be a counter play, and Hughes this time is going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage at best. Lafferty in at the wingback position. We said in motion the last couple of times because Brady Hamill is on the sideline, and they're tending to him right now. We saw Gabe Ware come out earlier. Of course, he had been injured last week, so the Tigers will see the Hammerhead back in. Looks like he's working on lower calf or something, the lower leg. 5:10 to work, first half. Tigers lead 7-0.
Big third down for the Tigers here. Big third down.
Lost 2 on that play, third down 12. Wallace rolls left, looking to pass, squares it up, fires downfield. He's looking for Lafferty, and it's overthrown. It'll be incomplete. That brings up 4th down and 12 for the Tigers. An Clay Center decision. You're at the 29. A punt doesn't do you much good, especially when your punter's hurt on the sideline.
Yeah.
So I would imagine this is the place you go for.
Oh, you absolutely do. It's too far for a field goal. It's too close for a punt. On the last play, we didn't need it all. On this play, we did.
Yeah, there you go. So 4th down and 12, 4:58 to work. Remember now, the Tigers just took over this football after having 2nd down and 3 against them.
And we need to watch
their
clock.
position right now. Wallace gets it off. He rolls right, wanted to pass. Ball fakes once, now fires down toward the goal line for Hunter Mullen. It is up, and it is caught. Hunter Mullen brings it in. The ball goes there, and they'll say he was out of bounds. Hunter Mullen hauls it in, a defender all up in his grill, and he still brings it in. But they say he was out of bounds before he made that catch.
Well, and it couldn't be further from all of us that we'd have no way to know on that, but what an amazing catch. What an amazing catch.
So the Cowboys will take over, first down and 10, at their own 29-yard line. Tigers have to put some different defensive personnel in to get the guys on the sideline right now that they're working around. Traxel from the shotgun. As the snap, back to pass. Stands, throws out in the flat left, has a receiver, and that catch is going to be made, and then racing up the left sideline. Again, they've got several that they can go to. That was Nolan Deeds. He's had 10 catches this year, 154 yards, and he's another guy that looks like although a receiver, scat back wheels.
Yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of on this team are those types of pass patterns, those types of plays. It scares me to death because it's a short pass. It's big passing stats because of the run after the catch. But they get those backs and those receivers, they get a head start. They catch it on the run, and they're hard to deal with on the corner.
6-yard gain, 2nd down, 4 to go. So the football now across the 35 for Goodland.
He must have stepped out of bounds over there.
Yeah, because he went further on the sideline. Again, Traxel will run it this time toward the left. They stretch it out, and he's met the backfield, turn back, and then brought down. The Tigers end up with a tackle for a loss in the backfield. Hunter Mullen in on the play. I think Hunter led the charge that time.
I think so, too.
So
he had a lot of help.
Hunter Mullen, I think, turned him back in and got the first contact, and the Tigers dropped that for a 5-yard loss. It's now 3rd down 9.
That was Mullen and company.
Yeah, there you go. 4:17 to work. Well, Hunter said, you take my touchdown away, I'm going to take some yards away at least. 4:11 to work, first half. Tigers lead at 7-0. Traxel has 3 receivers right. He's looking that way. Holds longer, throws back across the grain. Ball tipped out of there. The bulldozer again. Hunter Mullen breaks up the pass, and a perfect defensive play because he didn't touch him. He just reached that right arm around and patted it down.
He was trying to jump that route, too. He was trying to jump that route.
You know what he didn't do, though, is jump it and run into the receiver.
Exactly.
He laid back and just got it knocked down.
Exactly. We have 2 guys back on this punt return here. We need to make sure they do punt it.
It is 4th down and 9 to go. Snap is there. The kick is away, and it's a good one. Colvin Lafferty have to receive it. He takes it to the 50-yard line, the 45, and after the 50. But he saved the Tigers probably 15, 20 yards. If he doesn't go catch that football, that's rolling the other way. Instead, he goes and takes it on the run with contact, brings it down to the midfield strike.
I'll tell you what else. Mickey Milkey for Goodland saved a big play there because he made a great tackle on Colvin Lafferty.
Right.
He made a great tackle on Colvin.
Lafferty had some room.
He had some room, and Lafferty was headed that direction.
7-0. Tigers went up early in this football game. Also a score in the Concordia Panthers have gone up 14-0 over Colby. Wow. In a district game, of course, in this Here's Cade Wallace. Fakes it, keeps it, pitches out right side. He's got Hughes at the room to the 40-yard line of Goodland. Shakes his way back toward the middle of the field, and it slips as he gets near the 35. He will have first and 10. There is a penalty flag down near where the tackle took place, or as Hughes was making his cut. So we'll see what the call is, and it is against the Tigers. Now, Clay Center, while Goodland has been penalized a bunch, the Tigers have not been penalized a lot tonight. But they do get one here, and it's going to bump them back.
It's going to bump them back. We're going to lose the first down out of it. We're not going to lose all of the yards because it's a spot foul. But what was a big gain is going to look like now.
It's still a 4-yard gain, and they don't lose the down. Right. It's first and 6. Although it would have been first and 10, and I'll tell you what, if Ricky Hughes doesn't slip, he might have taken that all the way in and then think about bringing it back. First down, 6 yards to go for the Tigers. The football at the Goodland 45. In motion goes Lafferty. They'll work it through the middle, and Ebert is tied up. And Adam Ebert may have a bit of a target after the way he started his football game. He had 50-some yards in the first quarter.
Absolutely. That's the first time he's even been stopped at the line of scrimmage in this game. He got such good jumps through there on those earlier runs. They had his number that time.
Second down, 6, no gain on the play. Football against the Cowboy 45. Left is Mullen. Brumfield is right. Back to pass, Cade Wallace wants it out in the flats for Colvin Lafferty, and just behind him enough that he could reach back and make the snag, and now the Tigers are faced with a third down and 5.
It was just behind him a little bit, and I think Colvin didn't pick it up. You know, I don't know if he could have lost it in the lights, or he just did not pick up the ball till the very last second.
Lane Lively will come in as a wide receiver for the Tigers. They get Colvin Lafferty at the wing back, and that was the play they were going to. He's in there for Brady Hamel, who we have not seen back in the ball game. Ricky Hughes, the other wing. Mullen and Lively are the running backs. Here's Wallace looking to pass, in some trouble in the backfield. Now he's going to be caught and have to go down, and Goodland will get a hit. 2 guys able to bring up down Cade Wallace, and then he was knocked down to the ground by a third defender, so no chance for the Tigers to throw it. The 2:38, they'll have to punt it away.
And Brady's going to come in and he's going to kind of limp into the game with his punt.
So Brady Hamel with 2:26 to work, and Coach Todd Rice right now wanting to play clock so he can tell these guys when to snap it, milk a little bit of the clock down. Hamel stands at his own 41-yard line. The snap is a good one. The kick is away, and he fangs another one. This is going to bounce at the 15 and angle toward the end. It's actually caught and down by Peyton Lane. So the Tigers do a great job there. Brady Hamel, as you said, hobbled his way out there to receive that punt snap, and then just booted one downfield.
Whatever his injury is, I think it's in the low leg, and I think it's his left leg. Yeah, he hobbled out there, then he just killed that punt.
Charlie planted his left leg before he caught the snap, and then just booted it downfield. 32-yard punt with no return. Peyton Lane was there to down it for the Tigers. 2:05 to work here, first half. Tigers do lead 7-0. Braxel. They take over just outside their own 10-yard line. Looking to pass. Wants to fire downfield, and he throws it deep. Tigers in coverage. Ricky Hughes, the tip drill to himself. Wow. Tried to go to Avila. It was Lane Lively over the top. It was Ricky Hughes who jumped inside, pops it up in the air, and as he was on the ground, Shed hung on and brings it in. The Fuse with the Tigers' third interception of the ball game. A Sports Center top 10, says our stat boy. I agree.
What a play. What good coverage by the Tigers. What a pretty good pass.
Yeah.
By Traxel.
He gave his guy a chance to go catch it. Our guy just was there.
He tips the ball, then goes and gets it on his own tip drill.
Cade Wallace under center. Tigers has the football back to pass. Ball fakes it, now runs it, and will be brought down at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be second down and 10, just under 2 minutes to work.
I tell you what, it seems like the second quarter has been pretty slow. You know, I look up and there's more time left on the clock than I'd expect. But right now, I want us to have a sense of urgency.
1:40 left. Tigers do lead 7-0. They've got an opportunity here at the field position they're in to move this football down and maybe give themselves a chance.
Brady Hamel's back in on offense.
Good to see that. He is in motion from right to left. They'll work it underneath. It's Adam Evers. He'll get short yardage, maybe 2 or 3. nearing the midfield stripe. Now a minute 15 to go in this first half. Tigers go back to huddle. It'll be third down, and we have a timeout by the Tigers taken here. Don't forget the Green Team halftime show is coming up, and we'll be taking a look back at this and looking to get more scores in from around the KCO Line community. In fact, our good friend Bill Rice and the Green Team updated us on that McPherson Abilene score. Just a while ago. So he's got his button on football most of the time, and the Royals. And occasionally, if you get through talking with him about the Royals and high school football and maybe a little K-State football and his dog, then he'll even talk cars with you.
Absolutely. Or trucks with Rambox.
Well, you keep plugging for it. Oh, man. I'm telling you, 2015 Tiger Football Gridiron Game should have that's only fair.
We could get some advertising on there.
Absolutely.
We could dress it up.
There you go. Go right. You're in the listening area. Chet Carlson would like to sit down and talk to you about it. Absolutely. Make it happen. Minute 5 to go here. First half of play. Tigers do have the football. Third down and 8.
We had some coaches doing some talking right there, and we want to do something before halftime. Right. We've got a minute to go. We've got half the field to go.
Well, we put 2 receivers to both sides now. We'll slot to both sides, and then Brunville and Mullen are deep. Wallace rolling right, has some time to strip. Now has to fire across the middle. It's overthrown, tipped up in the air, nearly tipped to Brady Hamill. He overthrew Hamill. Mullen got to it, tipped it up in the air, and then Hamill dove for it, but now it's 4th down and 8.
That was almost another amazing play there. Brady made it close.
They did. And to know that ball was even up in the air anywhere after it goes over your head.
I know.
Stayed with the play. I'll give you a number here later. Brady on the season on fumble recoveries and forced fumbles. You talk about having a nose for the football. Here he is, the punter again. He stands at his own 37. They come after it. He gets it away, and he bangs one down near the 20. It's going to bounce to the 15, roll down near the 10, out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
What a punt.
Unbelievable.
3 of them.
Yeah. He bangs another one downfield, and the Tigers will get their defense out there with Goodland a long way to go. 29 seconds to go first down.
I wanted a sense of urgency while we had the ball and a chance to do something. Now we want the clock to run.
Tick, 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 please. 49 to work. Tigers out defensively. Lane Lively at that safety position. Ricky Hughes, Colton Lafferty, defensive backfield. Also up there in the linebacking crew, Adam Ebert and Balin Brumfield. Here's Traxel. They're going to hand it off to Milky, and he will get it out to about the 15-yard line, and so maybe they're trying to get themselves some room. I'll be shocked if they don't take a shot at something downfield.
That's the first thing I'd be hollering at my defensive back. Don't be expecting that every play.
And, keep them in front.
He needed a little room.
They get dropped back and far enough to pass it.
The line of scrimmage was the 10.
Tyler Young in there defensively now after that last play. Here's Traxel. He will roll. No, he does hand it off outside, and Goodland may be content to get to halftime. 15 seconds left. Well, Milky the carry.
They may not move the chains.
No, that's third down and still a couple of yards to go, and Goodland's not wanting to run another play. 5 seconds left. We're headed to halftime. The Tigers lead here in the district opener at Goodland, 7-0. We're at half. You're listening to Tiger Football on 100.9.
I love the bacon on this Subway sandwich. I love bacon so much, I'm launching a line of bacon jewelry. See? Been done before, but have you smelled bacon perfume? Sorry, that's my bacon sensing helmet. Detects bacon in a 30-mile radius. Well, have you met my husband? He's a bacon baron.
Pleasure to meet you.
He gave me this bacon bouquet. Wow, that smells really good.
Everyone loves bacon at Subway. Add crispy bacon goodness to your favorite sandwich or try it on the chicken and bacon ranch melt or the steak and bacon melt on freshly baked bread. Subway, eat fresh.
It's game time at the Built Ford Tough Sales event going on now at Hanson Ford and Clay Center. It's time to save big on Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks around and #1 in America for 37 straight years. Get huge cash rebates and super low financing offers. You'll score big on quality, selection, and value during the Built Ford Tough Sales event. Every Ford truck is made to tackle the toughest jobs while still letting you cruise in style and comfort. Take it in for a touchdown of savings at Hanson Ford and Clay Center.
Hi, I'm Tammy Taylor, the business account rep for Twin Valley. What's your favorite part of fall? Is it the colors, cooler temperatures, or activities? If you're a business owner, your favorite part might be this sound. One way you can save your business money is by installing a new hosted voice system. You get the best communication solution and save money. For a limited time, your business can take advantage of our buyback opportunity. Call 1-800-515-3311 for a free estimate.
At Central Valley Ag, we're growing agriculture together. With multiple locations across Nebraska and Kansas, CVA is uniquely positioned to offer producers access to export, processing, and feeder markets for grain. Central Valley Ag is committed to adding value to producers' grain bids by serving as their connection to end users. CVA is also dedicated to providing innovative solutions in the development of a long-term strategy to help each grower achieve consistent profitability. Stop by Central Valley Ag today. Learn more about how we're growing agriculture together.
So the Tigers lead it here as we head into halftime. The green team halftime show, and they lead it 7-0. Chet, this game started off the ball of fire. It was a penalty on the return for Goodland. Then you had the option pass that was broken up, and then a 3-and-out. And the Tigers, 41 seconds after taking over the football, take it home on an Adam Ebert 38-yard run. And after that, there was a lot of fire, but it was of a different variety. Nobody scored.
And that run was right straight up the gut on that quick give, and all of a sudden we're off to the race, but Goodland has been in a lot of high-scoring games this year, and they were going to come right out, and we knew that.
And they did, and they just kept coming. They got twice inside the 15-yard line, once inside the 5-yard line, another time inside the 30-yard line of the Tigers, and every time Play Center found a way. Once got a little help, but they found a way to make a stop.
Well, they were at the tree. Jace Casper makes a good catch of, he was coming around. He caught that running back from the side, right, got the help. I feel like that was a big stop because then their penalty was after that, moved them on back. We got 2 interceptions at the goal line. Yeah. And so they have been literally in one way or another at the 3-yard line or inside 3 times in that first half with no points.
Now I'll go back to offense, I guess, for the Tigers quickly after the big drive early. I thought we had a second touchdown. Hunter Mullen made the catch of the night offensively thus far and didn't get credit for it because they called him out of bounds. We certainly couldn't tell. Obviously he was because they were right on the play, but he made one heck of a play being defended.
We couldn't see the feet. And where the sideline was, but from what we could see with the hands and the arms and the head and catching the ball,
right,
it's as good as anything you would see on TV on Saturday or Sunday afternoon.
It was phenomenal. And maybe just ahead of that play on the top 10, as Gary said a minute ago, would be the interception from Ricky Hughes. Back on defense, deep pass pattern, Lane Lively over the top. Hughes able to get in underneath, got up in the air, tipped it up in the air, and the ball suspended for a while. He's on the ground, and he still brings it in for the interception.
Traxel can throw the ball, without a doubt, and he has thrown a lot of interceptions. Some of that's because he throws so many passes. He's got a lot of opportunities out there, but we've got 3 on him tonight. But you will never see one any better than any of those 3. But Ricky was so cool. It was so cool. Lane Lively was the other one on coverage.
He was back over the top.
He was over the top, and the receiver was between Lane Lively and Ricky. Ricky just chipped that ball out in the air, and then he came under.
Somehow came up with the football. Tigers lead 7-0. We're at the Green Team halftime show. 4 scores. We'll have some scores around the KCOI community when we come back.
Hey folks, it's Marty at Bud's Tire Service. Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and Bud's Tire is here to help get your vehicle through the harsh winter months ahead. From tires to alignment to oil changes and coolant changes, transmissions and engines, we can do it all. From October 1st to November 15th, we have $50 to $70 rebates on select Mastercraft tires, the most affordable and proven tire for our area's driving conditions. We are proud to be a part of the Play Center community and also proud supporters of Tiger Athletics.
It's time for Tiger football. I'm sure the coaching staff has put together a solid game plan for tonight's game. Have you thought about your insurance game plan? Hi, Tiger fans. This is Jim Gearhand with Farmers Union Insurance. We can customize insurance plans from everything from cars, trucks, and combines to houses, boats, and businesses. We can even insure your retirement. Stop by and see me, Jim Gearhand, at 426 Lincoln Avenue in downtown Clay Center, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics.
When it comes to organizing your paperwork and records, nothing beats a Laurel Fortress vertical filing cabinet. Speaking of verticals, why don't you show us yours, Roscoe?
I think I'll pass.
At Central Office Service and Supply in Clay Center, we have the Laurel Fortress vertical 4-drawer file, which lists for $350, on sale for $199.99. We even have 2 new colors, medium tone, which is a nice brown, and charcoal, along with the usual black, light gray, and putty. Now, Roscoe, about your vertical.
Farmway Co-op, your partner in growth.
For fall burn down plus long-lasting residue control of tough winter and summer annuals, turn to your Farmway Co-op agronomy team for assistance. By applying an insecticide on alfalfa now, it reduces alfalfa weevil pressure in your fields for better spring control. The time is now. Get a head start in making your fields reach a higher potential. Fall treatments work better. Contact your Farmway Co-op team today.
Again, scores from around the KCOI community will report into you. Here is the Tigers at half lead 7-0, and the green team halftime show. Let's look at the scoreboard first real quick, and then we'll take a look at some of the first half numbers for this Tiger-Goodland matchup. First off, the Wakefield Bombers, who are 5-1, lead 54-0 as they are nearing halftime. The Wakefield Bombers at 5-1, and that's over the Clifton Clyde Eagles. That's a team that is struggling this year, but they had some high expectations coming in.
That's just crazy. That's amazing.
54-0, Wakefield leads the Clifton Clyde Eagles. Frankfort over Lynn, that was second quarter score, 24-22. Also, Hanover, number 1 ranked in 8-man Division I. They are undefeated. They lead over Lakeside 20-0. And Washington County matched up with Riley County tonight at halftime. That's in Riley. Washington County, who is 4-2, leads the Falcons 27-14. And Concordia Colby, the matchup, the district matchup that we'll be keeping an eye on as far as who comes out. Our district, Concordia leads Colby 14-0. The latest scores we've had.
And before they scored, when it was still 0-0, I think that Concordia had fumbled 3 times.
Every possession they'd had up to that point, Concordia had fumbled, and then were able to get the 14-0 lead. That's still first half score. They'll continue to keep you posted on those scores throughout the evening. Let's take a look at some of the numbers in this first half. The one that jumps out immediately to me is Adam Ebert, 74 yards on 6 carries. Most of those yardage and carries were in the first quarter. Pumped up, of course, with the 38-yard TD run.
Right. And that was, in the first couple minutes of the game.
On a 41-second drive?
Absolutely. But, yeah, he had 55 yards in the first quarter. He had 38 yards on the touchdown run. But still, 6 carries for 74 yards.
5 carries, 43 yards from Ricky Hughes. He would have tacked on about 15 more had they not had the penalty that brought it back. Brady Hamill, a couple of carries, 8 yards. Gabe Ware, who's been injured much of the first half, had 1 carry for 5 yards. And Kate Wallace, 5 carries, 5 yards. The Goodland Cowboys, big numbers in the first half penalty-wise. Had 7 penalties, 55 yards worth.
And bigger than that is they were critical to Goodland. They cost Goodland some points.
Right. Yeah, the first kickoff pushed them back, and then the penalty that was down at the goal line, huge. That was at the 3-yard line, and they got called for holding, and the Tigers kept them out.
Those 7 penalties for 55 yards. Clay Center has 3 penalties for 30 yards, but I do feel like Goodland kept points off the scoreboard with some of their penalties.
Agreed. Yeah, they were costly penalties as well as a big number. And 3 interceptions for the Tigers in this ball game. 2 from Tyler Young, 1 from Ricky Hughes. That is the 14th INT that Traxel has thrown this season for Goodland. Now, we've seen the numbers, nearly 1,300 yards coming into the game, a bunch of touchdowns, but he's susceptible to giving up the football, it appears.
Well, and they're not afraid to just wing the ball all over the field,
right?
And so every once in a while you're gonna get one of those, and sometimes it's off of tip plays or where it's bouncing off of somebody's shoulder pad or something like that. But ours tonight were 3 athletic plays for interceptions by the defensive back.
Without a doubt. Yeah, great stuff. Tigers do lead 7-0. We're at the Green Team halftime show. We're coming back in a moment.
The team of home improvement professionals at Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement have been offering window installation services to the north central Kansas area for over 30 years. If you're looking to update the look of your home or you're looking for new energy-efficient windows, they can help. Their windows are available in a variety of options to match the exterior of your home. The pricing is very competitive, and they stand behind their work. Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. See the options at geislerroofing.com.
My farm is mine. The equipment that works the fields, mine. And with AFS Connect from Case IH, I get real-time updates from anywhere. And the data I get is mine. Mine to use, mine to control, mine to share how I see fit. And that's how it should be. Because when I bought my equipment, I didn't sell my data.
AFS Connect, only from Case IH. Learn more at caseih.com/AFS Connect.
For the best in farming equipment, visit Bruna Implement Company at any of their 5 locations.
Union State Bank is a community-minded bank, and you are that community. We are dedicated to serve the financial needs of all the residents. When you walk through our doors, you are the most important person, and we are here and ready to serve you. We have served generations of customers who have been part of our family at Union State Bank. We appreciate each and every customer and invite all others to find out how a community bank can serve all of your financial needs. Union State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Sharpen your axe, boys. The weeds are out of control.
Before those weeds grow to be the size of trees, talk with Brent, Alan, Darren, Kent, or Mike Green at Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales about a plan to stop them. Sharpen is the herbicide they recommend to cut that weed problem down to size. If the weeds in your wheat field are growing like, well, weeds, then see the crop advisors at Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales.
It is a Football Friday district opener here on the road in Goodland. The Tigers do lead at 7-0 on your Green Team halftime show. And we were talking Green Team a little bit earlier. Bill was telling me this morning that he's got some great new stuff in. They were doing some price marking down yesterday, moving some stuff around, and they're trying to make some room for some new things that he's been working with. And as always, he says Dodge is just making it right for people if they're looking for something to get into in a lease or something new. They really have some great deals that they've been put together.
Well, and they work hard for you out there. I'm partial to Dodge. I'm not driving a Dodge right now, but I'm partial to them. It was my first car, was a Dodge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
you love the Ram box, too.
I do
throw it out there.
I'm going to start calling it the Chet box. Yeah, see if he can give me one.
Maybe he can copyright that.
Just got a dirty look from Flip, but,
that's nothing new, right?
Yeah, I know.
Not at all. Tigers again lead 7-0. Your Green Team halftime show. Stay with us. We'll have more on the way in just a little bit.
A familiar face and a friendly smile. The Citizens National Bank.
You use your smartphone to connect with friends, play games, and more. Why not bank on it? The Citizens National Bank mobile banking is fast, easy, and a secure way to stay on top of your finances wherever you are. Check your balances, find ATMs, pay bills, transfer funds, and make deposits. It's easy and available at no charge from the Citizens National Bank. Member FDIC. Mobile deposits are subject to approval. Message and data rates may apply.
From peanut butter to boxed dinners, snack items, canned goods, and more, the variety of the Wow Bins at Ray's Apple Market is always changing and offers you more savings. You'll find over a dozen Wow Bins throughout the store that features your favorite brands, private labels, and new food items to try. Shop every week to find great values and stock up on pantry items your family enjoys. Ray's Apple Market is glad to provide customers with quality choices to feed your family while saving you more money. Make someone's day with a greeting card from Patterson Health Mart. Whether you want to wish them a happy birthday, express sorrow of a loss, celebrate an anniversary, or congratulate the new parents, you'll find just the right card at Patterson Health Mart. Their selection has funny, sentimental, and religious cards for every occasion, or no occasion at all. Single cards are 99 cents or $1.99 each. Stock up for all the special moments for those that are special to you at Patterson Health Mart in Clay Center.
Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics. Whether you're looking for a tough Ram truck, a sporty Dodge Challenger, or an elegant Chrysler 300, Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has you covered. For 46 years, they've treated you like family because their family name is on the door. Right now, get 0% plus no payment for 90 days. The area's only 5-star certified dealership, Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Manhattan. Go Tigers!
7-0 ball game. Tigers lead it here at the halftime break, the Green Team halftime show. And, you know, the stats we just gave you, the stat boy making that happen once again, Kerry Carlson, making the road trip with us. We always appreciate that. But he is a unique stat boy, Chad, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, in more ways than one, I would agree.
As big brother, you probably would say a lot more than you really should. But, I mean, the guy leaves our halftime show after keeping all these stats to call in a prescription. I mean, he doesn't do it all.
I said we have the only stat boy that has to leave to call in a prescription. Or that can.
So maybe it's Dr. Stat we should be calling it.
Yeah.
The Tigers do lead at 7-0. Garrett Pearson, our studio engineer back at home. Chet Carlson, Rocky Downing in. Kerry Carlson with you here in Goodland. And again, a gorgeous night for football. The Tigers would love to punch something in here early. They get the football to start. And I know Goodland's got to be thinking the what-ifs. And if you could really jump out on top, those become even bigger for the Goodland Cowboys.
I don't think 7 points looks like anything to either team right now.
I agree. There's going to be some scoring done. But again, if you can get that gap spread, the Tigers saw it last week. Abilene just wore Clay Center down. You could see their platoon system made a huge difference in that second half. And Tanner Hookman just all of a sudden got it going. And the Tigers, although contained and made them take time, they could not stop in the second half.
In football, you want to beat the other team in the fourth quarter. You want to beat them mentally. You want to beat them physically. You want to just have so much more than they do in the fourth quarter. And, last week we didn't have more than they did in the last quarter and a half of that game.
Right. You know, the last two times these two teams have played, they have been low-scoring games, and they've been very talented teams. And we talked about what Goodland's been able to do on offense throughout the season. But when these two teams tangle, the matchups some way, somehow play out to be a low-scoring game.
And Goodland's not used to a football game being 7-0 at halftime. You know, they aren't used to that. But also, you know, they've been lined up for the kickoff for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're down here stretching in the other end zone. The officials are huddled up and not even looking.
There's 10 seconds on the countdown clock still, and Goodland's been lined up in their kickoff formation since 3 minutes ago.
Right.
Unique situation. Now, does that make you think they're going to try something here and they want to be ready? It's very, very odd they have been out here that quickly, that early.
I think that both teams spent a lot of time in the locker room at halftime thinking about what got away from them. Each team had considerable opportunities escape them. We were fortunate to have one get on the scoreboard early in the game before all of these started slipping through everybody's hands. We had them slip through our hands. They had them slip through their hands.
The kickoff will come from Brevin Bergana, and he has been out there, as mentioned, with the whole kickoff team ready to go for some time. Most of the kickoff coverage team for Goodland in a three-point stance to go. Here is the kick, and it is booted right down the middle of the field. It's Hunter Muller. It takes the 20-yard line, out to the 30, 35, a little single run through. Now bounces across the 40. Good return to the Tigers. He'll be tackled by Clem as he moves it across the 40. They mark him down at the 42. Good start.
And that's exactly right. That's what you want to do to start out this third quarter. You want to come out with a bang. You want to take control of the game. You want to take control of the clock. You want to take control of the field. It's a lot easier to take control of that when you're not back on your own 3-yard line. You know, we're out here beyond the 40.
Now they split Ricky Hughes along with Dalen Brumfield to the right side. They spread the offense a little bit. 2 receivers also left. Cade Wallace under center. He'll turn right, hand off. This is Ebert. He is forward for a couple of yards and then knocked backwards, but he does pick up 2 on the first down carry. It'll be second down 8. Maybe second 7. They give him a push of 3 out to the 44.
He got a good spot on that. He got a fair spot. But he got a collision at the end of that play. He was dragging a guy with him for a minute, but then he got knocked back.
The bell ringer at the end of that one. By the way, Brady Hamill did come on. He went to the huddle, and they pulled him back off the field. He is still trying to sort out what he's able to do. Here's Cade Wallace, handoff again to Ebert, and man, does he run hard. Near the 50-yard line goes Ebert. He was nearly brought down after a gain of 3, and he just kind of drugged the pile, Jack.
He got several more yards on his own at the end of that play. It's going to be third and 3.
I thought he got a great spot last time. I thought he didn't get a good spot this time. So they gave him maybe a half yard on the last one. It seemed to be a yard back from where it should have been spotted. 3rd down and 3 to go still for the Tigers. Cade Wallace in under center. He will turn left, hand off. Ebert bangs across the midfield stripe. He needs a little more. They're pushing the pile. It looks like they've moved it enough for the Tigers to pick up 1st and 10.
Tell you what, we're looking at left foot, right foot. He's gonna.
Now, the far side official had him marked 1st down, and they gave the spot to the far side official. And now they've got to look at the chains. They're going to bring those out on the field and measure.
I think we're going to be a little short with that spot.
Now, the Tiger sideline, where players are and fans are, sees the official run out to mark it. That's what we're looking at. And then the other official from Goodland sideline, he's a good half yard at least the other direction.
He is.
And let's see where the chains stretch out to. They are going to be short by just about a football's length at most. So it'll be 4th down, about a football's length to go.
The official on this side, we'd have had it by a half a yard.
We
missed it by a football.
Right. Tigers rush back up to the line of scrimmage, so they will go for it at the Goodland 48-yard line. 4th down and inches. Cade Wallace will step in under center. Let's see if they go quick count. Now, the official's taking a long time to start the play clock. Tigers are ready to go. 4th and very, very short. Wallace, did he draw him off? He did. Hard snap count and a penalty again against Goodland.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was going to say the same thing I said last week. It's going to be both. It's going to be a hard count and then a quarterback strike if they don't jump.
I would have agreed completely. As it is, they get the penalty, and Goodland racking up more penalty, or just 60 yards in penalties.
The defensive line for Goodland is very intense. You know, they're easy to pull off, either by motion or by voice. And, you know, that's 3 times on the defensive line.
Tigers have it back here again, 1st and 10 after the penalty yardage. In motion goes Lafferty. Handoff through the middle. This is Ebert. Spins off a tackle. Sacks his way across the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 3 or 4 at 2nd down.
He is running hard, and he's running hard frontwards and backwards. That time he was backpedaling through this.
Halftime score, Concordia now leads Colby 21-0. Getting a halftime score. Concordia over Colby by 3 scores now. Wakefield did go final at halftime, and they're winning against Clifton 54-0. Here the Tigers lead 7-0 and trying to march. Play center has a heavy line to the left side. Motion goes Hughes. They'll hand it off underneath. There's Ebert again. He's breaking free. He may be gone to the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Tigers. No flag. The second score for Adam Ebert.
39 yards that time, 38 yards the first time. Adam Ebert is over 100 yards in this game, and some of the most impressive runs are his 5-yard runs.
Exactly. That got us in position on 4th and short to move the chains on the penalty. Then the next play, bang, he's gone. Wow. The Tigers get that early score to begin the second half, 9:17 to work.
And that's about where we were on the clock when he scored at the beginning of the game.
That's right. 11 carries, 127 yards now for Ebert in the ball game, 2 touchdowns. Zeb Bloom for the extra point, and it will squeak through. Good hold by Peyton Lane, by the way. It was a high snap. He got it down, and Bloom just sneaks it through over the crossbar.
That was a Gaylord Perry through there. That was a knuckleballer.
He put some junk on it, but it got through. It's 14-0. Tigers lead here in the 3rd quarter. You're listening to Tiger Football on 100.9.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Thanks to a new Oldie soil-specific seed online service, your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Customize every acre with the highest potential hybrid based on soil types, trait package needs, disease threats, and agronomic preferences. Valuable data can also be shared with trusted suppliers. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Adam Ebert does it again as he takes it in from 39 yards out, and the Tigers now lead at 14-0 after the Zeb Bloom extra point bangs through.
Our first touchdown was with 10:34 to go in the first quarter. Ebert runs almost the exact same distance with 9:17 to go here in the third quarter.
Remarkable. Tigers lead now 14-0. With the kickoff, Zeb Bloom. And the tasty pastry kickoff, another knuckleballer there. Chet is picked up by an upback. This is Deeds. Nolan Deeds tackled by Chase Casper. Adam Ebert in on the play as well as he goes across the 40-yard line. Wow. And the Goodland Cowboys will have the football at their own 42.
Watching a lot of kids play some inspired football right now on both sides of the ball.
Getting after, aren't they? To say the least. Tigers again lead here, 14-0.
Get ready for some air.
Traxel from the gun. High snap. He gets it down, hands it off to Milky, running right side. And he will be brought down by Chase Casper as he was able to get outside. He got by the initial wave of the Tiger defense, but Chase was there to pick it up. He's made a couple of nice plays. If he doesn't make that tackle, there's a lot of space for Traxel to work.
It really was.
It will be a gain of 7, second down 3. Receivers to both sides, a lot of backs around Traxel in the backfield. He'll turn, hand it off underneath, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. The tackle is going to be made by Evan Stanley, who rushes through and will tackle for no gain. Third down and actually a loss of 2 on the tackle by Stanley in the middle. And he stood Milky up and drove him backward. Third down 5 now. Football back in the Goodland end of the field. 8:21 to go, third quarter. Clay Center leads at 14-0. Goodland breaks huddle, taking more time to get to the line of scrimmage than the pace I thought they used in the first half. 3 receivers wide left. Brady Hamill out to cover on the receiver. They throw in the flats left side. This is Hernandez, a little scat back we talked about. And Brady Hamill makes the tackle. And Chet, I'm going to tell you, Brady Hamill hobbled out to defend as a defensive back from the linebacker position. He hobbled out there. Play goes in motion, and like a bullet, the hammerhead goes and makes that play.
And when the kids out here looking like Darren Sproles with all those cuts and dancing and juking, Brady broke down, and he did not overcommit. And then he closed and made a great tackle.
So the Tigers will force Goodland to punt, nearly blocked by Ricky Hughes. It is away, though. Lassery bobbles the reception on the return, and it's going to be fumbled and given back now to the Goodland Cowboys. And Goodland's going to have a short field to work with here.
Yeah, they're going to take over the ball there off that fumble at the 20-yard line. So that's their best offensive play in this third quarter. Tigers after a good stop.
Huge stop defensively, and then Colvin Lassery just didn't field it cleanly in the air. Came off. He made a great play in the first half, you remember, around midfield.
Yeah.
But this time it goes to the turf, and Goodland was there to pick it up. So Traxel back on the field. He will hand it off Milky right side, and Brady Hamill again right there to gather up the running back. And it will be a second down and 7, it looks like to go. We'll call it a gain of 3. Second down 7 for the Goodland Cowboys after a Tiger turnover. Only the second turnover of the game for Clay Center. Remember, 3 interceptions taken away from Goodland by the Tigers in the first half.
I keep waiting for Goodland to go back to the air. They've been on the ground.
They have stayed after it after it being almost exclusively through the air. Now Traxel to run it again. He's turned back for a moment. Hamill again near the play, but Traxel gets inside the 10-yard line. A first down, and now first and goal for, I believe, the third time in this game for Goodland. They've come up empty on the first 3 tries. So the tackle made outside. Hamill has to come out now and get a break despite what we've seen him do with that injured leg. We don't know exactly what the injury is, but he has been battling through it. 6:39 to go, third quarter. Traxel has Deeds in the backfield with him. He has Evan Peter, the fullback, and he has Milky behind him. Now they're redirecting traffic, putting Deeds to the opposite side. Now also they load up the right side. Traxel will hand off to Milky in the middle. He's going to be met for the Tiger defensive line. He will fall forward down near the 5-yard line. Second down now and goal.
Kind of a strange formation they've gone to here in this third quarter.
And almost like they drew it up at halftime because the guys weren't sure where they should be.
Right.
And then they ran away from really the loaded side.
Traxel's back in the shotgun, and he's got 2 backs to his right and one behind it.
It's the same formation here again. Traxel with the snap. He's looking to pass. Fires across the middle. Has a receiver, and it is dropped. It was Avila again who dropped one earlier. This one looked like it was in the breadbasket, Chet, and he just dropped the football in the end zone.
That's a fast play.
Yeah,
boy, that's a fast play.
So the Tigers make it third down and goal defensively as Goodland races two receivers wide left to the short side. Now they have two receivers out there as well. Milky, the only back alongside Traxel. He's back to pass. Pressure coming, and he's bumped once, bumped again. He's brought down in the backfield. Seth Bloom led the charge. Then help coming in from Evan Stanley again. And also Chase Casper on the play. And that trio makes the sack way back at about the 15-yard line.
Zeb Bloom was the first one to him. Right? He didn't get to hold on to him this time like he did the other time, but he got to be in on the finish. He got some help from his defensive teammate.
So the Tigers defensively right now have a fourth down and goal, and Goodland with the football at the 14-yard line will go for it. 5:51 to go here in the third. Tigers up 14-0. Now again, directing traffic is Goodland, and we may have a delay of game or a timeout taken, and it is going to be procedure against the Goodland Cowboys. And they're really trying to get guys in position to not be playing where they normally play.
I almost thought they had that earlier. I thought they had an illegal shift.
Because, when they moved Evan Cheater and then Nolan Deeds kind of staggered across almost like in motion, and they did not call us then, but they get it called here. So now fourth down and goal at the 19-yard line. Under 6 minutes left to work. We are in the third quarter. Tigers lead it here, 14-0. Traxel well deep getting the call. Now they've got to take a timeout. So the Tigers will have a chance to come to the sideline. Clay Center leads 14-0. It's fourth and goal Goodland at Clay Center's 19-yard line when we come back.
Rake in the savings and leave your worries behind with Twin Valley's ultra high-speed internet. Sign up for phone, digital TV, high-speed internet, and receive your first 3 months of internet free. This offer is only available for a limited time. Twin Valley services outperform the competition, and it's easy to switch over. Call our office and speak with a customer service rep to find out how you can get Twin Valley for all your communication and entertainment needs. 800-515-3311.
One company, one call, your call. Twin Valley, Internet.
Back once again, we bring you to Goodland, the Clay Center Tigers, with a 14-0 lead, and now a forced after a big sack play from Zeb Bloom, Evan Stanley, and Jace Casper that is pushed back. And then on top of that, a 5-yard penalty pushed back to the 19-yard line. Goodland on fourth down and goal. Do have an update. Frankfurt now leads Lynn 32-22. 32-22. Here's Goodland with it. Fourth and goal at the 19-yard line. Traxel will drop, roll right, looking to pass. Now steps, fires on the move down near the goal line. It is incomplete. I believe out of bounds. Had it been caught, regardless, it falls to the turf, and the Tigers will take over here.
It skipped on over by the construction zone over there. I mean, he throws the ball with some heat on it, but that skipped off the ground, and there wasn't much chance to catch it.
So the Tigers, the fumble doesn't cost them. Chet, that's the big key. I mean, They fumbled a punt, return, it's taken over for Goodland at a short field. They get it to first and goal. They're inside the 5 at one time, and again, they're denied. 4 times tonight.
The fumble was at the 20. They moved it down to the goal line, basically, and now we're taking over the ball at the 19. It's remarkable. We're going to need an update on penalties.
Here's pitch right side. Ricky Hughes has a block. Now kick to the outside. 25 cuts against the class for 30. Ricky Hughes turning the shoulder pass upfield and making things happen right now.
That's exactly right. That was a good call on your part there. That's what he did. He wasn't doing that earlier in the season. That time he got his shoulders turned, and he made that corner, and he made it count. All right, we've got an update on Goodland penalties. 9 penalties now for 65 yards.
They've been costly penalties tonight, to say the least. Tigers have it first and 10, now out to the 30-yard line. Here's a handoff left side. Ebert's going to be hit immediately and put back down to the ground. No gain on the play. It'll be second down and 10. The officials taking a look, but they will. Oh, now they're waving this. And they say Goodland's football. The officials, I saw them stopping the clock, so you knew they were looking at it. And Coach Todd Rice is furious on the sideline, and understandably so. It's almost as if they kind of all looked at each other and thought, do you think, well, maybe we, and then it was very unemphatically turnover, and the football goes to Goodland.
Kind of like the officials backed into that.
Yeah, it was an odd way. If they'd have come and sold it, it would have been a lot easier to take. Now we have a penalty flag from the sideline and procedure against Goodland. It'll be another 5 yards against the Cowboys.
That's their 10th penalty of the night.
Wow.
The Tigers need to just keep disrupting that.
Take advantage is right. 5:12 to work, third quarter. So it'll be first down still, but first and 15. And the football backed up to place under 35-yard line.
And, we couldn't get any pressure on Traxel early in the game. We have had good pressure on him in the last half of this game.
Here's Goodland, another odd formation, three very tightly stacked left side, and they'll hand it off to Milky going the other direction. And he'll be hit and brought down. If the gain is 4 or 5 yards, it'll be second down and long. Dylan Paulson in play early. Hunter Mullen helps turn him back inside, and the Tiger defense stands up.
Back on that fumble, what the Tiger coaches were arguing was that he had been called down. They were just crying the ball out in there, and it was basically all pursuit stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Did not get the call reversed, obviously. Second down and 11. Traxel back to pass this time. Stand to the pocket. Long time. Fires out. Right side has a receiver. That is Clem. He's brought down immediately. The mark looks like a gain of 5 or 6 yards. It'll be third down and still long yardage to go.
Film's going to show a block in the back over there.
Coach Rice thought he went to the side official immediately and pointed it out, but he did not see it. So the film will show it. 4:16 to work here, third period. 14-0. Tigers do lead it here in the third quarter. Goodland with it, third down 5. Two receivers left, Clem and Deeds. Bilkey stands by Traxel. Deeds goes in motion left to right. Here's Traxel moving left. He's got pressure coming. He'll roll left, fires across his body, and it is going to be caught in traffic. And what a catch it was he dropped a couple of Vila. He had Ricky Hughes all over him, and he still came up with the football.
That was right in his gut. Ricky hit him just as soon as that ball touched him.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as the ball touched him, Ricky unloaded on him, but he held on to the ball.
Great catch by Avila. He's their leading receiver. Made a catch in traffic there. Brings it to first and 10. For Goodland, they convert the third down and 5 situation. 14-0. Traxel with three receivers again right. Rolling that way, wanting to pass. He's got a receiver in the flat. That's Avila. He is going to be brought down very quickly after the catch. Tackle is made outside by Balin Brumfield. And a nice open field tackle on a guy that can move.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. He's got good legs. He's got good speed, and he can cut. And Balin, you got to make that tackle on him.
4-yard gain, second down 6. 3:25 now left in the third period. A lot of this quarter has been spent on this end of the field for Goodland, but they've been empty thus far. The Tigers scoring the lone second-half TD at this point. Here's Traxler going to run it left. Got a lot of blockers out his front. Now he's turned back inside for a moment. Hesitation move. Bumped out of bounds. Downfield. It appears to be near the first down marker. Ricky Hughes gets the tackle on the play. Tigers really strung that out nicely. Traxler made a pretty good move to make them pause, and he was able to get some positive yardage on the play. In fact, for the first down, it's first and goal for 7.
Right.
Now, the fifth time, that's unofficially, I think the fifth time they've been at first down and goal this game.
I think it is, too.
3:07 to work. Tigers lead 14-0. Traxel with Bilkey beside him. He wants to pass. Looks out in the flat right side, has a receiver open at Avila. He is going to stutter step, dive in, and touchdown Goodland. The Cowboys had 2 turnovers given to them in this quarter. The Tigers denied the first one, but now it's Goodland getting in. Traxel to Avila.
And we lost him. We lost Avila on that. He was wide open out there, and I was surprised we made it as close as we did at the goal line.
So 3 minutes left. Now Goodland cuts the lead down to 14-6, and they'll have the extra point. It appears that they will try. Milky is the kicker. They haven't hit many this year. They haven't tried many with all the points they scored on the season. Here's the kick on its way, and it's good, right through the upright. 14-7. Goodland cuts the lead in half. There's 3 minutes left. third quarter when we come back.
Hey folks, it's Marty at Bud's Tire Service. Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and Bud's Tire is here to help get your vehicle through the harsh winter months ahead. From tires to alignment to oil changes and coolant changes, transmissions and engines, we can do it all. From October 1st to November 15th, we have $50 to $70 rebates on select Mastercraft tires, the most affordable and proven tire for our area's driving conditions. We are proud to be a part of the Clay Center community and also proud supporters of Tiger Athletics.
Ah, fall, the perfect time of year to catch a football game, get in some good hunting, and enjoy the cool weather. It's also the perfect time to talk to your local Valley dealer about the Valley Certified Maintenance Program. You can count on the pros at Valley to keep your center pivots, corners, or linears running. A small investment can pay big dividends at next season's harvest time. Call your local Valley dealer to schedule your maintenance program today. Valley, the leader in precision irrigation.
See Republican Valley Irrigation or call 632-5588.
14-7, Tiger will get the football back here as they lead 14-7 now. Goodland has the ball given to them twice in that quarter, and they take advantage of that second one and able to punch it in on a Traxel to Avila score. Here's the kickoff, and it is missed. The kicker, that was not an onside kick. He absolutely whiffed and barely made contact at the top of the football. You could see his disgust at the end of it, because he was trying to boot it downfield.
I couldn't tell. if he whiffed or if he was trying onside, but the ball only went about a yard.
Right.
And then it started going laterally.
You know that space between the white stripe on the football and the tip of the football? He didn't get much of that even on that kick, if that gives you some idea. I've experienced that a few times on the golf course, I suppose, if it gives you some idea. Pops it a little bit.
Now, here's what'll happen. I said it went a yard. It went 4 yards, and Clay Center is going to get possession of the ball right there.
That'll be a great start here.
44-yard line.
Clay Center will take over. Good opportunity after the miscue on the kick by the Goodland Cowboys. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Clay Center back with the football. They have one receiver right, that is Hunter Mullen. Cade Wallace with Ebert behind him, and motion goes Hughes. They'll hand off underneath to Ebert, and again, he finds his way through the interior of that line and makes his way to the 40-yard line, the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of almost 5.
He's just running so good tonight. He's running so hard. It's fun to watch.
And Ebert well over 100 yards already in this game. He had 127 early in the third quarter. Right goes Brumfield. Left goes Mullen. Lafferty and Hughes are on the wings. Hughes in motion right to left. Underneath again, this is Ebert, and he's got a head of steam down to the 35-yard line. Goes Adam Ebert. Evan Stanley running right alongside of him, blocking out in front.
Well, I tell you what, it's like, stop it.
You're right.
We're not going to try anything else till you stop this.
Third down and less than a yard, leading 14-7 late third quarter. Cade Wallace looking at the sideline, getting the call. Tigers lead by 2 touchdowns. They had blanked Goodland on 4 first and goals until the Cowboys finally punched that last one. They spread the field. Cade Wallace, quarterback keep easily forward for the first and 10. He takes it to the 33-yard line. First down and 10 Tigers.
I think everybody in the stands on this side of the field knew what the call was going to be.
We see Gabe Ware back in the game. Great to see him back up and moving, and he did look to be moving without any pain. Gives Adam Ebert a quick break. He is at some kind of ball game. First and 10, football at the 32 now of Goodland for the Tigers. 1:40 remains third quarter. Tigers on top 14-7. Hunter Mullen wide right. Then Lafferty and Hughes, and then they put Brumfield in as a tight end the left side. Handoff underneath. This is Gabe Ware fighting hard down near the 30. He'll pick up a couple. Second down and 8. Continue to look for scores to be updated. We haven't had much with the scores that came out of halftime. We do know Wakefield is the final. They've gone to 6-1. They beat Clemson Clyde tonight, 54-0.
They just got to play half of their game.
Right. All at halftime.
Wow.
Tight formation now for the Tigers. Ware still in at running back. Wallace turns, spins, pitches right, and he's got Ricky Hughes hitting the backfield, still digging for yardage. He does get it inside the 30. He picked up a yard where there was nothing there.
And that's what I was going to say as well. He got positive yardage out of it, and it looked like it might be for a loss at one point in time. Still, the Tigers are looking at 3rd and long in it.
So the Tigers will have 3rd down, about 7 left to go. The football just inside the 30-yard line. Probably 2 plays to get there, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier. We don't have to get all 7 yards in one play. I'd like to get most of it, but we don't have to go for the big play.
Wallace has Brumfield wide right. Mullen now tight left side. In motion goes Lafferty. Handoff. No, it's going to be Wallace keeping. He'll dive and work forward for another yard, maybe 2, and that'll probably be, it will be the final play of this 3rd period. 14-7, Tigers lead it. We're headed to the 4th in Goodland in the district opener with the Tigers on top by a touchdown when we come back.
It's game time at the Built Ford Tough Sales event going on now at Hanson Ford and Clay Center. It's time to save big on Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks around and #1 in America for 37 straight years. Get huge cash rebates and super low financing offers. You'll score big on quality, selection, and value during the Built Ford Tough Sales event. Every Ford truck is made to tackle the toughest jobs while still letting you cruise in style and comfort. Take it in for a touchdown of savings at Hanson Ford and Clay Center.
First comes love, then comes marriage, and then comes a home in Blueprints? Whether you're newly married or just looking to build the home you've always dreamt of, come see the lenders at United Bank and Trust. Making your plans a reality is their business. Whether it's new construction, refinancing, or everything in between, like new roofs or updating that shag carpet, United Bank and Trust is here to help you with quick loan decisions from a local lender you know and trust. United Bank and Trust. You bank, we deliver. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
We'll time out on the field, and the Clay Center Tigers lead 14-7 as we go into this final quarter of play. And I know we don't always go early on our awards yet, but we've talked enough tonight about the Finleys. That's got to be the leading candidate right now, don't you think?
Well, it definitely is. It's going to at least be part of it. It's got to. If it doesn't get the award by itself, it's going to share the award.
It's going to be part of the equation, I'm thinking. Goodland has been penalized a bunch. Tigers, 4th down and 5, will go for it at the Goodland 27-yard line. Now the Tigers coming out of the quarter break confused on how they were lining up, and they're going to need to burn a timeout here before we start this 4th period.
That's something you don't want to do. We just stood over here for 2 minutes with the team talk.
I really believe, because I've been there before, they flipped the field and they went as if they were going east, and they're going west now. And I think they were confused when they went up the line of scrimmage.
And strong side, weak side.
Right. So the Tigers have to call timeout rather than give up 5 yards of a penalty. They'll come back out 4th down and 5, again, still at the Goodland 27.
And all of a sudden, it wasn't like trying to flip one person.
No.
It was trying to flip about 4 players.
There was mass confusion on that one. So here they come back out, 4th down and 5. 2 receivers left. Brumfield spotted that direction. Mullen further out left. Tigers on the line, ready to go as soon as the officials will put the play in motion.
Did you pick up 1st down here on 4th? That was a great timeout.
As you dare. Ricky Hughes is the receiver right. Laffer, the lone wing back left. Cade Wallace, back to pass, rolls left, squares up, trying to throw downfield, has a receiver, Hunter Mullen the catch, and the first down. He reaches out to the 20, and the Tigers will move the chains. Cade Wallace, Murph, to the bulldozer, 1st and 10.
Kids, when you run your patterns, make sure that you're there for the first down, and that's what Hunter Mullen did. He had enough for the first down, then he kept fighting.
He had enough, as you said, and then he made that turn to the sideline, moving to his right, and then able to get out of bounds. His right as he caught it, then left as he goes down the field.
That was a great timeout.
Great timeout. You got it. Just underway in the 4th quarter. Here's a handoff underneath, and it will be actually Cade Wallace ended up keeping that football, and it will be a no gain on the play, 2nd down 10. And the Tigers, Cade's wanting to read that as long as he can before he gives or keeps, and there's been a couple of times a little tug of war between the quarterback and his running back.
Yeah.
That time he held on and just dropped at the line of scrimmage. 14-7. Tigers have the lead. 11:06 to work. We're in the 4th quarter. Wallace, left side. He will keep it. No, he will hand it off this time to Cade Ware is in there running. He scored
had a good game.
He really did. Picked up about 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6.
I was watching Cade.
Yeah.
I'm going to admit.
I did too. I thought his back was to us, and he made the ball fake, and I thought he was moving right.
I thought he pulled it back out.
10:40 left in the ball game. Tigers a 1-touchdown lead, 14-7.
All right, this is a big 3rd down, 3rd and 6 now. Same thing. We don't have to get it all. I'd like to.
They've got 2 plays here to get the first if they need it. Wallace with Ware behind him. In motion goes Hughes. They'll hand off underneath. Gabe Ware bounced backwards. He will pick up maybe a yard or 2. He's near the 15-yard line, but they need the 10 to get the first down, so they'll be faced with another 4th and 5, it appears.
Tigers
down 5.
Tigers really want to get some points out of this as well. I mean, we're keeping the ball. We're eating up a little clock. We're about to go under 10 minutes in the game here. We're at the right end of the field for once. We've kind of been living on the wrong end of the field all night long.
True. In that 3rd quarter in particular, even though the Tigers scored a touchdown on the long run by Ebert. Here's Wallace, 4th down 5, fakes it left, moves right, pressure on him. He will not get out of the grasp of the defense who got through that time, and that will be 1st and 10 now for the Cowboys. They'll take over at their own 25-yard line. Appears that's where they'll mark Cade Wallace down. So the Tigers trying to make a pass play on 4th and 5, and Cade really had no time to even look downfield.
He was trying to get out to his right, but as you say, he had no time. Now Goodland takes over with a big defensive stop, a sack, and they're wanting to tie up this game and put something together here.
Traxel from the gun, and he will hand it off. Here's Milky underneath. Jace Casper up in. Think it'll be a gain of maybe 2 on the play, and Jace, low man wins, Chet. Jace Casper showed it right there.
Yeah, he did a great job on that. Milky was coming through with a head of steam.
Still picked up 3, maybe 4 yards. 2nd down 6, we'll call it, as Goodland a little more urgency in their pace right now with the football. Traxel 3 backs with him in the backfield, back to pass, switch left, now fires downfield, has Clem, but he overthrows him. Lathry on coverage. Now Lane Lively was coming over the top in pretty good position, but Clem had a step. Traxel just overthrew him.
Yeah, he did. He had a little bit too much air under that ball.
It'll be 9-11 on the score clock as it stops with the incompletion. Now 3rd down and 5. Cowboys send Clem wide right. Again, the 3 backs stay in the backfield. Evan Peter, Milky, and Deed. The Traxel in that gun. He will work right behind those 3 blockers. Tigers stretch it out. Traxel able to get out near the 35-yard line, and they have picked up the first down, and the Tigers are in pretty good position.
He's awful close. And I think they're just a hair short, and this is going to be a choice for them because they're at the 35-yard line.
It's still a lot of time in a 1-score game.
About a foot.
Yeah, it's not much. They didn't measure. I'm surprised being that close. Tigers could have asked for a measurement, maybe slowed this pace down. Now, Traxel doesn't go under center. If it's a Keith, it'll be on the shotgun. They will not snap it, but Goodland moves. The Cowboys, Traxel's such a hard snap count, he drew his own team off.
It's official. That's that. It's Sharon. Yeah. It's at least Sharon. The stat of the game. The penalties.
I'm going to give it right now. The Pizza Hut stat of the game is the Goodland Cowboys penalties, 11 penalties, 75 yards worth. And I'm going to throw another number in there. I'll bet about half of those yards were costly yards.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
And at big times in the game.
Absolutely.
So now back to punt for Goodland.
We can't give it back here.
Cowboys, snap is just to the left, but he's got it. The kick is away. High end over end, going to bounce. And Hunter Mullen came up to make a play on it and turns it over. Hunter Mullen made a play late on that ball, made a break, thought he could get some extra yardage and maybe get down the field, and he just bobbled it, and the Tigers have turned it over for the 3rd time, the 2nd time on punts in the 2nd half.
I know what Hunter was thinking. He was going to try to save field position and, make something happen.
And he had his hands to it. He looked up a little bit maybe to see where he could get to, and now the Tiger defense is called back again. Traxel, he will take the handoff, take it right side. Now moves toward the right. Adam Ebert, tremendous job to stay with him, and it's Dylan Carlson finishes the deal. It'll be 2nd down and long. That play, though, by Adam Ebert.
Adam Ebert's having a game tonight on both sides of the ball.
No doubt. He not only stood with Traxel and didn't let him get outside. Then he attacked him and went after it. Now we've got a penalty against the Cowboys again. So your feet stat of the game. We'll go back to it. Now 12 penalties, 85 yards against the Cowboys.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll hold my thought.
Yeah, Goodland wanted to get to the line quickly, but I'll get back to that in a moment. Traxel trying to get the call in from the sideline. They're ready to go. Tiger defense digging in up front. First down and about 18 to go. Looking out in the flats. Now Sutter steps. Now he's going to run it up the middle. Almost brought down by Seth Bloom. Breaks that tackle. Now Hunter Mullen couldn't quite get him. Traxel finally goes down as he sees Austin Glass. He sees Hunter Mullen. He gets by him. Seth Bloom didn't have a good angle. The Wooly Bully, you just fall down.
Yeah, that's what he did. That's what he did.
He's on 16, but okay, I've done it. Second down and about still 17 to go. 7:40 left in this game. Tigers lead it 14-7. Traxel is two receivers to both sides. One back beside him. He's back to pass, rolls left. Stands in the pocket, steps and fires downfield. It is caught on the sideline, and it will be brought in at the Tiger 27. And that's first and 10. Goodland, big move on second down and 7.
Well, they're at that point in the game. They're wanting to throw the ball. They know how to throw the ball, and they're just so scary when we get a little bit of time. Now, when we get pressure on him, they don't make good decisions, right? That time he had some time.
Tiger defense trying to get dug back in. Goodland, quick pace. It's Traxel up the middle, and he's going to be tackled outside, crashing in that time. Parker Folks made the initial contact, and then the Tigers able to wrap it up from there at the gain of 82.
We had a good stop on that, and Parker was tugging on that ball.
Yeah, he was. Traxel, this time to pass. Stands in the pocket, a lot of time. Fires out left side, has a receiver again. That's Avila. He'll be tackled near the sideline, but it is a good pickup down inside the 25. That'll be third down. Now it's just a couple, maybe 3 to go. 6:50 left in this game. Tigers lead it 14-7. Goodland trying to drive.
Tigers with 3 interceptions in this game. I'd like 4.
It would be a good opportunity. Filkey, right side run. Parker Folks again, and then finished off with Jace Casper in on the play. It will be a gain of, I think we got enough. Yeah, they have 20. To the 20, and it was first and 10. And Goodland in a hurry at pace right now, trailing by 1 score. The Tiger defense has been out there a lot in the second half. Traxel, this time, keeps it himself off the ball fake, gets to the outside left, now breaks the tackle, still on his feet. He may be to the goal line, diving forward. They'll get him to the 1-yard line, it appears, as he is brought down, but they had him corralled 2 or 3 different times.
They really did. He did a good job on the ball fake, first of all, up front. You know, he sold the fact that he may be handed off the ball. He kept the ball, and then he just did a good job. They're going quick now at the goal line.
So Traxel still out of the gun, though. He'll hand it off. Filkey right side, dives forward, and touchdown Goodland. They're within a point of tying this ball game. And the Tigers' 3 turnovers in this half would have been a stat to look at. I know we've already given that away, but it's given Goodland opportunities, and they finally have cashed a couple in this game.
Well, Goodland has been at inside the 5-yard line 6 times in this ball game. They've scored the last 2.
Now for the extra point to tie. Snap is there. The kick is blocked, and the Tigers will deny and keep a lead. 14-13. It was blocked, but it never got off the ground much at all, did it?
It didn't get far off the ground, and everybody's high-fiving Austin last. I don't know if it was him. He's done it already this season. The whole Tiger interior was in there, and
I had a candidate for block party. It may have just been, yeah, I think so. We'll talk about that in a moment. The Tigers will get the football back, still leading by 1 here in Goodland.
Home decorating enthusiasts everywhere welcome fall with all its warm colors and textures. To demonstrate, my assistant Roscoe is going to dress up like Martha Stewart for this commercial.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Here you go, and don't forget the wig. At Central Office, we're offering 20% off all of our fall and Halloween decorating items, just perfect for enhancing the welcoming atmosphere of your home. At Central Office in Clay Center. Go ahead, Roscoe. Say your line.
It's a good thing.
Tigers still lead, Chet. on a blocked extra point.
Absolutely right. Now, we got to shift gears here. Take care of the ball and expect an onside.
Yeah, you got to expect it here. We think it was not an onside try last time. He took too big of a swing at it, but you can see him lined up here. They are wanting to onside it down by one of the Tigers. The kick is actually booted downfield. I thought they would onside it. It's going to roll. Ricky Hughes will pick it up at the 10. Loops back across field to the left. Now gets through one tackler. Breaks out to the 20, 25. Carries a tackler to the 25-yard line. How about Ricky Hughes carrying two defenders with him?
Tell you what, he had that ball out there a little bit, too. I was saying, tuck it away, but what a great run. Another example, Ricky sometimes, like, I don't know what he'll get in return yardage there, maybe 15 to 20 yards of return, but he ran 80 because he came all the way across the field.
He did. He caught it way back on the right side of the field and then looped around to the left and found a way out to the 25 with some hard running at the end of that play.
We need a 6-minute drive, Rocky.
6:18 to go. That would be made to order. Cade Wallace under center. In motion is Hughes. They'll pitch it out to Ricky Hughes. He gets the block on the sideline from Coleman Lafrey, then shakes by a tackler. He is going to be knocked to the bounds, but he gets it across the 30. The gain of almost 8 yards on first down.
And Ricky was staying in bounds, and you could tell he was doing a good job of keeping the ball in bounds. They didn't mark that right. That was not marked right, but they did stop the ball.
7-yard gain. Second down, 3. 5:55 left to go in this ball game. The Tigers lead by 1. Ball security, something that's been mentioned a couple of times. I'm thinking in that huddle.
Yep.
Wide right goes Dalen Brumfield. Hunter Mullen to the left side. Hughes and Lafrey are your wingbacks. Cade Wallace puts Hughes in motion. He'll hand off underneath. Now the ball is loose. The ball comes loose again. A pile on the field. It is Play Center's football. The third down comes up. The signal comes from the official. So the Tigers, we just talked ball security, and they put it on the floor again.
We better talk about something else.
Yeah, no kidding. 5:38. How about a move of the chain?
Yeah.
Might be talked about right here. Third down and 3. They probably lost a half a yard, but the biggest thing is they did not lose the football.
We need this first down.
Cade Wallace looks to the sideline here. Now relays information to the team as they're up on the line of scrimmage. Hughes in motion. He'll look at the right side. Ricky Hughes now cuts up field. Banks off the tackler. Still on his feet. And he's to the 50-yard line. Still cutting his way downfield. Leaving his way to the Goodland 35-yard line. The Hughes makes the run of the night. His head on a swivel set, and he's reading places to go with that run, and he kept finding more yards.
That was awesome. Ricky was running. I told you earlier today, when we weren't on the air, it's the hardest we've seen him run. That was the hardest we've seen him run all year.
33-yard run for Ricky Hughes as he takes it downfield, and he broke some tackles early, and then he put on a little weave show on his way down the field.
Oh, man.
4:49 now to work. Tigers at the Goodland 35. First down and 10. They will hand it off underneath, and there's a run through the middle. This is down to the 25. Near the 20 goes Gabe Ware. The hit from the 6 moves the chains again for the Tigers. 4:38 to go. Now they have it first and 10, and they're down to the 20-yard line. 21, they marked it there.
Great run by Gabe Ware. We've been watching him do that for the last 3 weeks.
Right.
Now we're seeing Ebert. There's a flag on the field.
We will bring this back. So correction. Flag down near the line of scrimmage that nobody was able to pick up from up here, and this will be against the Tigers, obviously.
And it's probably a hold. We're going to see what the mark is here.
Ricky Hughes, after that long run, they gave him the first down to the 30. It's been on the sideline for a little bit. This is a 15-yard penalty, so we don't know what the penalty is. It was from the line of scrimmage as well.
Chop block?
Chop block, maybe. And with about the only thing, they did signal that, So it is a chop block against the Tigers call. So the Tigers send Brumfield wide right. Now it's first and 25 at the midfield stripe. Back to pass. Wallace looking downfield. Mullen has a step, and it's just overthrown. Cade probably had to throw that about a half second before he really wanted to release it, but he had pressure. Mullen, though, had a step.
Right, and you don't want to throw it short. That's the worst thing you can do.
Right.
And so he got the ball out there, and he would have liked to have had another count, before he had to let the ball fly. But if we had a chance.
It could loosen up Goodland a little bit, knowing that we're willing to throw it down the field. Now, Riley Griggs had been in a wingback because Ricky Hughes was off the field. Now Ricky back in there. Bowling left, from field right. Gabe Ware the back behind Kay Wallace. They'll fake it, counter right side to Colvin Lafferty. He tries to get to the outside. Now he bangs off a tackler. He'll go through another one. He picks up big yardage down to the 36-yard line, 37. It's still going to be third down and long, but instead of third and 25, it's third and 11.
Yeah.
Work with that.
Absolutely.
And again, the position of the field. Likely 2 downs to get this here with 4 minutes left to go in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tigers
and the clock is running.
Yeah, the clock's running. You want to keep it going. Tigers taking a long time in the puddle here to get the signal. Now they break and come to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this isn't when we want to time out.
Third down, 11. Wallace under center. In motion goes Hughes again. They'll pitch it left for Ricky Hughes. To the outside he goes. He's got Bowen blocking, but he's going to be cut under as he dives down near the 33-yard line. He had Bowen and Lafferty out there as he cut it back in the middle of the field, though. He was chopped down. It'll be 4th down and 7. 3:26 now to go. Tigers lead by 1.
And, if you want to be an armchair coach, what do you do here? You're at the...
Well, I just said a minute ago that they probably had 2 plays to get that 11 yards. So in my mind, it's tough to punt it, but when you've got a weapon like Brady Hamill, if he's healthy in that check,
I'd still go for it.
That's another big part of the decision.
It's too hard to kill it down there.
And the Tigers are going to let the clock wind down as far as they can now. Burn a timeout. 4th and 7. 2:57 to go in this ball game. The Tigers lead by 1. Stay with us. Tiger football continues on KCLY.
At Central Valley Ag, we're growing agriculture together. Our agronomy division incorporates the latest technologies to support and strengthen your on-the-farm success. We continuously invest in state-of-the-art equipment to expand capacity and maximize efficiency in supplying your operation. Central Valley Ag is committed to serving the needs of our Nebraska and Kansas customers through dedicated professionals providing innovative solutions that grow value. Stop by a Central Valley Ag location today. Learn more about how we're growing agriculture together.
Working our way through this 4th quarter here in Goodland. The Tigers lead by 1 after Austin Lass was able to block an extra point earlier. Late 4th quarter, Tigers still lead at 14-13. Couple of scores for you, 8 minutes left in the game. Concordia now leads Colby by only a touchdown, 21-14. That's the other district game, so Colby making a comeback. Also, Frankfort is the third leading Lynn, 56-22.
Wow.
Also, McPherson at 17-6 with 9 minutes to go over the Abilene Cowboys, our last update. Tigers will go for it, 4th down and 7. 2:57 left to work. Run field left, bowling right. In motion goes Hughes. They'll pitch it. No, they'll fake it. Wallace steps up and is knocked down on the sack, unable to keep him away the offensive line. I like the play call. You fake it to what's been working, Ricky Hughes, and then look downfield, but he had no chance to look downfield.
Yeah, I like the play call too. And on paper it looked really good, but whoever it was for Goodland got in and just drilled Cade in the back.
Blind side, and he had fortunate he hangs on the football because they were going to turn it over regardless. Now the Tiger D called on big time with Goodland down 1 and with the football. Traxel going to check off a play at the air. Actually he's waiting for the play clock to start, and now he's ready to snap it from the shotgun. Back to pass. Ball fakes. Turns left. He wants to run it. And he is going to be out in the open field to the 45-yard line.
That's coming back.
And that is a penalty flag back around the 40-yard line. So this will be brought back. Goodland falls for a hold out there.
That kid just scares me every time the ball's in his hands.
He can play, that's for sure.
And it's players like that lots of times where you get all these penalties. The holding and the blocks in the back because of how they can use their legs for most stuff.
So the penalty flag is down. And that was, I believe, a hold after they had turned him back in, and that's when Traxel got loose. So first down 16, 2:44 to work. Snap to Traxel, back to pass, pressure coming, screenplay set up. Thrown underneath. What a tackle by Austin Lass! open field against Avila, and he caught it like a line drive down the first base line. He snagged it, and Austin Last makes a huge play.
I love when your interior lineman, down lineman on defense, is hanging back on the screen pass. And
Makes
makes
an open
the
field
stop.
tackle. Yeah. The Woolley bully up front. Bully Avila to the ground on that play. To second down, now 18 to go. And they empty the backfield. Traxel alone in the back, the quarterback. From the gun, back to pass. He will stand, now step up. Shaded there by Bloom and Parker Folks. Now he breaks free from that first line of defense to the sideline left, breaks off the tackle and out of bounds. He'll pick up a bunch of yards out to the 42 and brings up third down and about 4 left to go.
Man, I don't know how he got out of that.
Well, Folks and Bloom were just trying to keep him caged, and then somehow he boxed to the left side, and then he broke several tackles on his way downfield.
Boy.
Third down 4. 1:52 now left to go. And we have a stop at the clock. Officials timeout. Now, Coach Rice was talking to the sideline official asking something, and he's gotten that official to at least go talk to the White House about whatever it was he was asking. 1:52 to work. And I think he was asking the down. If that was a down marker was correct. It is third down and 4. Traxel from the gun. He wants to run it again. Left side. Chase to the sideline. He's got first down and 4. Steps out of bounds as he moves it across the midfield stripe to the Tiger 48-yard line.
Tell you what, we're at 1:47. They don't need much time.
Right.
But they've got 48 yards to go.
14-13. Tigers by 1. 1:47 to go in this ball game. A blocked extra point has put the Tigers in the lead, but now Goodland back with the football and moving. They have it at the Tiger 48. Traxel looking to pass again. Rolls right, further right, now fires out to the sideline, has Clem. He'll catch and step out of bounds. Now at Clay Center's 41-yard line.
I'm going to have to start watching the clock operated.
That's a 6-second play?
That was a 6-second play, but it seemed like a 30-second play.
Clock stops. The football is at the 40-yard line. It's second down and 4. Now a minute 41 left, and again the clock stopping with the receiver catching and then stepping out of bounds. 3 receivers staggered left, 1 right. Milky, though, back along with Traxel, who's back to pass it again. Bloom with pressure coming in the backfield, almost had him. He gets away to the left side. Now stands in the pocket directing traffic. He's going to tuck it and run. Hunter Mullen tries to track him down, and he is going to be finally rushed out of bounds, and it will be inside the 30-yard line with 1:29 now to go, and Goodland will move it first down and 10, and it appears there is a penalty flag down on the other side of the field. And the officials do get it called, and it will bring at least some of this back.
Yeah, what's the call?
I have not seen the call yet. Blocking it back against Goodland.
Good.
So they will move
Clear
it back
downfield.
to the spot. Yeah, it was near the sideline. He already had the first down when that ball was made. So they don't get the first down. It moves back through the 39 of Play Center at second down and 2. Clock will not go back into motion. He was pushed out of bounds. 1:29 to go. Traxel again from the gun. Has the snap. A high one when he brings it down. In the pocket. Rush coming. He'll step up. Fire while pressured. Puts it on the money, and it is dropped. Evan Stanley had a hand on him in the backfield. Great pressure, and he still made a perfect pass, but it's dropped downfield.
But Evan Stanley did affect that throw.
And he may have thrown it earlier than the receiver was expecting to turn his kick coming. It is third down. Now in 2, 1:22 to go. Traxel will run it right up the gut. Hit by Carlson. And he digs forward and picks up enough for the first and 10. He takes his football to Play Center's 33-yard line. 1:17 now left in this game.
I never felt like they would even pretend to pass on that down. Right. They did not.
All Traxel, all right up the middle. It is first and 10. Football at the Tigers' 34-yard line. Traxel with 1 receiver left. Now they bring 1 in motion from left to right. That's Avila. Traxel looks that way, now looks back across the middle, has a lot of time. Now he looks back to Avila downfield. Ball tipped up in the air, and it is caught by Nolan Deeds off the tip. Deeds picks it up at the 10-yard line with 1:02 to go. Goodland has the football at the 10, maybe just outside. The ball tipped by an up receiver, and Deeds left on his knees, able to bring it in before it hit turf.
On a tip ball, there's 10 things that can go wrong, and it didn't for Goodland that time.
Cowboys have it now with a timeout called. It'll be Clay Center taking the TO. 57 seconds left in this game. Goodland threatening. The Tigers lead by 1. Stay with us. More coming up from Goodland after this.
Printing pictures from your smartphone or tablet is easy with the new photo machine at Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack. The new technology of this photo machine lets you print directly from Facebook, along with your camera card or USB drive. The result is a vibrant, excellent quality print in a variety of sizes, ready to share or frame. Get those pictures off your smartphone or tablet with the new photo machine at Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack in Clay Center.
The Tigers, Chet, have been here before in this ball game. Down inside their 10-yard line, and this is right at the 10, so first and goal in essence. And they've been able to stop a few times. They need a big one right now.
We've stopped them 2/3 of the times that they've been at this point, 4 out of the 6 times.
57 seconds left in this game. Goodland has it at the Tiger 10-yard line. Clay Center leads it 14-13. Traxel from the gun, looks left, he's going to run it. He is going to get outside, turns the corner, turns back in, still fighting for yards. He gets it near the 5-yard line. It'll be second down, and the football is moved right on the 5-yard line of Clay Center, now 42 seconds left.
Yeah, he was in bounds. The clock was still running, and they didn't call timeout until there was 41 seconds.
So now Goodland has it second down. They can actually get a first down before the goal line. Check it. If they get that far, they're pretty much in. I mean, it's almost touching the goal line where the down marker is at. So Goodland, second down and goal, and that's at the 5 for Clay Center's defense now. This timeout's good for them. I know Goodland had to call the timeout, but the Tigers, just to get their breath back and maybe their focus back.
Absolutely right. You know, Goodland wants to score. Goodland really doesn't have a field goal kicker. You know, so I think they need to score a touchdown.
I would be shocked if they tried to kick it and win it, but we'll see. Tigers hope to make them have that decision.
Absolutely.
First off.
Absolutely.
41 seconds to work. Goodland back on the field.
I don't think we're going to see any pass. You know, I think it's going to be solid run at this point. Although, well, they've got a timeout left.
They do have a timeout. And I would not be surprised to see a handoff to Milky. They haven't seen that for a while. They ran it twice down in this area in the first half. Traxel has the snap. No, he's going to pass it. Fires right side, and it's incomplete. Wow. That brings up third down and goal at the 5. He tried to hit Avila, who was covered by Hunter Mullen, hoping to catch it around the line of scrimmage and then score from there, and it falls incomplete.
I couldn't have been more wrong. And that play only took 3 seconds off the clock.
Third down and goal. Again, Goodland puts 2 receivers left. They got a pretty tight formation on the right side with those trip receivers. Traxel, he's going to run it right. Hit once and brought down Evan Stanley in the middle. A fair hush tackle to bring him to the floor. 30 seconds now left in the game. And the Tigers again leading by 1. It brings up fourth down. And basically fourth down and goal, now 22 seconds left.
And I think Goodland's going to let the clock run down
and make their decision. They may think about kicking this thing. I will be shocked.
They're going to let the clock run down, call their timeout, and then one play to finish the game.
So Goodland, coach on the sideline, calls the timeout. 5 seconds left. 1 play remains. If the Tiger defense can have one final goal line stand, that's what's needed to keep this win intact. They lead it by 1. Stay with us. More Tiger football. The goal line stand coming up next.
Bruna Implement Company knows Case IH innovations do more than solve everyday problems. They maximize output while saving your operation money. That's why they continue to offer proven, efficient, and reliable solutions. Be ready with Case IH innovations like the axial flow rotor, quad track technology, advanced farming systems, and an SCR-only emissions solution. Because it's not an innovation until it changes your bottom line. For the best in farming equipment, visit Bruna Implement Company at any of their 5 locations.
5 seconds left. One play basically left in this football game, and it's Goodland lining up for the field goal to win it. They made 1 extra point. They had 1 block. This is at the 3-yard line. Deeds is the holder. The snap is there. The hold is down. The Tigers get to it, and it will be wide left. Place there. Wide left. Tigers win. Tigers win. 0's on the clock, and at this field goal that goes wide left. Initially, I thought Ricky Hughes had blocked the kick. I don't know if he touched it, but it tipped wide left.
And from that angle on the other side of the field, Goodland thought they made it. They charged the field celebrating.
And the official emphatically wide left. And the Tigers hold on to win a 14-13 decision in the final seconds. Sometimes you just got to find ways, Chet. And they found a way.
7 times inside that part of the field. 5 times Goodland came away without points.
We were shocked they kicked it, but at the same time, he put a good boot on it.
He did.
I mean, it was nailed. Ricky Hughes, I really thought it blocked it initially, but then you see it go flying through. Nobody's sure from the side, in the stands, or on the sidelines if it was good or not. Waiting for the official's call.
I got to really start picking my words better because there's no way they're going to throw it, and they're not going to kick a field goal. I'm 0 for 2 on those.
Tigers win. Unreal game, an unreal finish. Stay with us. We'll come back and recap a bit for you here from Goodland. Tigers win it 14-13.
At Ray's Apple Market, the availability of products which are organic, natural, or gluten-free have increased so much that now, instead of having them each located separately in the store, they're now incorporated into their associated departments. This will make shopping easier, especially for those shoppers who are new to the product lines. For your convenience, just look for the tagged and labeled items as you shop throughout the store at Ray's Apple Market.
We're right on your way home.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Thanks to a new Oldie soil-specific seed online service, your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Customize every acre with the highest potential hybrid based on soil types, trait package needs, disease threats, and agronomic preferences. Valuable data can also be shared with trusted suppliers. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
This is Mitch, sales manager at Briggs Buick GMC, and we'll let you choose between the 2014 GMC Acadia or the 2014 Buick Enclave. Both are upscale, roomy SUVs with generous cargo space, perfect for getting your kids and their friends to and from school and sporting events. Also, take advantage of closeout lease pricing at just $319 a month. So whatever you decide, the Acadia or the Enclave, you'll get a great SUV at an even better price. All of these savings and more at Briggs Buick GMC today. Still your first stop for savings at Briggs Auto Lane.
Hey Tiger fans, the lights are on, the team is ready, and the coaching staff has put together a successful game plan for tonight's game. Have you thought about your insurance game plan? This is Jim Gearham with Farmers Union Insurance. Let us help put together a game plan for all your insurance needs. We cover everything from cars, trucks, boats, and motorcycles to homes, combines, and businesses. We can even help insure your retirement. Stop by and see us at 426 Lincoln Avenue, downtown Clay Center. A proud supporter of Tiger Athletics.
Back once again here in Goodland, and boy, 2 teams huddled up right now in the field going over this football game, and it's a sigh of relief in one huddle, and it's a sigh of exasperation, I think, in the other huddle. This was some kind of football game. Again, these 2 teams, low scoring and always close.
I know. It's like that's what just happens when these 2 teams play.
Crazy ball game, and the Tigers do get it done some way, somehow, in this football game. What a finish to hold on, and the missed field goal. Everyone looks at that, but the Tigers forced them into that decision at the 3-yard line. They didn't let them get in on the first 3 plays from 10-yard line.
No, they did not. And, the Tigers never quit. Goodland never quit.
No.
The coaching staffs never quit. I mean, the fans never quit. It was so cool, and it was so fun. And the Goodland coach played that perfect at the end. He took it down. Sure. He watched the clock. He called it to be the final play of the game. One team's going to win based on this play.
Right. Amazing ball game. The couple of awards, let's go there now and kind of look at this. We gave the Pizza Hut stat of the game to what ended up being 14 penalties for 115 yards for the Goodland Cowboys. Let's go to our block party, because it had a lot to do with this football game.
Our block party, and I had, it's so fun. In a game like this, we have candidates for every award.
Great, yeah.
It's great. You got to give it to the block PAT.
It's the difference in the game.
14-13.
Yeah, Austin Lash gets through the middle, and then most of that line was in on the play. But Wooly Bully makes it happen. Again, your block party of the game from Republican Valley Title. We appreciate all of our Tiger sponsors, and a lot of these guys are with us for a long time. Republican Valley Title giving us the block of the game, and again, it's that blocked extra point when Goodland had a chance to tie it. We could be in overtime right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Instead, the Tigers able to win it by 1 with that extra point block. How about our Debenham electrifying play of the game? We had a lot of candidates here.
We did. And, I have a whole bunch of stuff written on this paper, but another difference of the game, all of our points came from Mr. Ebert.
Yeah.
And he ran hard tonight, and his 2 runs for touchdown right away in the beginning of the game, right away at the beginning of the third quarter, 1 for 38 yards, 1 for 39 yards, the electrifying runs of Adam Ebert.
Debenham Electric, heating and air, the electrifying play of the game, and that offensive line, those big bubbas up there doing their job, because they gave him room on those 2 to get free, and they pushed the pile all night long to gain yards for those guys that were, and we had a lot of running yards. We'll get to that in a little bit. By the way, Ebert, along with the 2 runs, it gives him the Debenham electrifying play of the game, 136 yards overall tonight running the football.
Absolutely.
And our big hit of the game from Hunley's Garage, the huge play, first half. One of the Goodland Cowboys trips inside the first and goal, and they were second and goal at the 3.
Yeah.
When number 66 stepped up.
66, Jace Casper comes in, and we thought he was maybe on a blitz.
Yeah.
And as he came in, he catches the running back. The ball was handed off. He catches the running back from the side, and then he had some help from his defensive front there.
But that hit really was huge.
It was a huge hit. It made a stop. They were close to the goal line. It made a stop. Then they got a penalty on the next play to move them on back. They came away from that. They were smelling the goal line before he makes that hit. Then after a penalty, they come away with no points.
The Hunley's Garage big hitter, the 3. Jace Casper is a huge tackle. And again, there were a lot of potential candidates for those awards in each of those categories. If you'll stay with us, we're going to come back and take a look at these numbers and get on the road from Goodland. But what a road trip it'll be. Buffalo Pleasant home with a 14-13 victory here tonight. Stay with us. We'll come back right after these.
Roofing isn't the only thing Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement knows how to do. They also specialize in siding and windows for residential and commercial buildings. Only the highest quality and most durable products for your home at the most competitive prices are offered to ensure lasting workmanship and beauty. Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has been established for over 30 years, serving north central Kansas. Look at their range of siding and window options online at GeislerRoofing.com.
No.
Back once again here on our post-game show, which is being brought to you tonight by B&D Sandblasting and Painting, Clay County National Bank, and State Farm Insurance. Clay Center, David Bogerding, your agent. And the Tigers, again, 14-13. That could have been the stat of the game. Just the final score to get out of here with a win. 1-0 in district play. Crazy, crazy stuff here this evening. There are some big numbers here. We mentioned the penalties. Goodland racked up tonight. 14 penalties, 115 yards worth. But the Tigers on the ground did some big things, and led by Adam Eberts, 136 yards. They nearly had 2 in triple digits tonight as Ricky Hughes goes for 99. And Chet, you and I talked about it. Adam ran so well, and Ebert up the middle and then getting free on those runs. Ricky Hughes, we know what he can do in open space. It's what he did to grind out yards and get those shoulder pads turned upfield and punish people at the end of runs. It was impressive tonight.
Yeah, and we have 6 guys written down here that we have a rushing stat for in this list. Every single one ran as hard as I've seen them run all year, to a man and to a play.
Yeah. Gabe Ware injured, came out, still got after it, was able to run the football well. Brady Hamill didn't play much of the second half. We got to remember that situation for the Tigers, that they really get by with those guys not going full tilt, and to avoid 3 third-quarter turnovers to not cost you a football game. That Tiger defense did some work.
We could give stats to the game all day long. Oh, let me give another one.
Sure.
Okay. They averaged 213 yards passing per game. Tonight, he was 14 of 26 for 137 yards.
And 3 hits. Yeah. Again,
that's big.
Tiger defense did some work. And they got to him. They pinned their ears back and let him go after the quarterback tonight. And that was as much as the downfield coverage working there. But they got to him. They sacked him a few times. And it's a guy that's not easy to bring down. To wrap it up here from Goodland, Tigers won it. It is a thriller. A missed field goal at the buzzer. It's 14-13, your final. For Darrell Pearson, our studio engineer, the stat boy, Kerry Carlson, Chet Carlson with us. This is Rocky Downing. Our postgame brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Clay Center David Bokening agents, B&D Sandblasting and Painting, and Clay County National Bank. Enjoy the rest of